What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your humble Daily Ward Live host, Timothy J. Ward, back with another episode of the Daily Ward Live. This time we're doing it in the evening, trying to switch it up a little bit. So maybe some people who haven't been able to tune in to the early morning ones or the mid afternoon ones can tune in today. And I think we have a topic that lends itself to kind of evening discussions. Okay. I think this is a topic a lot of people might want to talk about like after work. After a long day of work, people might want to talk about this. You know, shout out to retired 2019 Myra East and Angela. Hello, hello, hello. My Sky's 5D. I'm gonna start shouting out like the first five people. Start shouting out like the first five people. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about quiet quitting, and I did a video about this 3 months ago, maybe, and it's actually one of my best videos views wise. It's it's one of my videos with the most views in the shortest period of time. So I know it's a topic that a lot of people are kind of interested in, and I've seen when I posted that video, quite a lot of people made some videos kind of around it, and it was kind of a little bit of a trend. And now I'm starting to see it come back. I'm actually starting to see a lot of the news media, so especially in Australia. Surprisingly enough, quiet quitting is big in Australia. Like all the news outlets are talking about it. And so, as the news is prone to do, when one outlet picks it up, the rest will. So, I think it's a topic that's coming back around. I think there might be a resurgence in it. So, I feel kind of obligated to talk about it again, since if you search for the topic, your boys got like the big dog video. Every now and then on this channel, we pat ourselves on the back. We give ourselves props. And it's a topic I love talking about. The reason I made the video in the beginning, and I will link to that. Dang, I should have linked to that in the description box. Oh, well, if you're watching the replay of this, it will be linked in the description box. Check that video out. The reason I made the video in the beginning was because a friend of mine told me about it. Shout out to my friend Jessica. And I love the idea. So quiet quitting, if you're tuning in, and shout out to everybody who is. And we go, there's a lot of talk around quiet quitting, a lot of comments. One of the videos with probably the most engagement I have on my channel. A lot of people got differing opinions on quiet quitting, and so we're gonna get into that. That's why I want to do this stream. We're gonna break that down. Okay, this is not really gonna be me, giving my opinion. Actually, it's one of those I see everybody's opinion on it. So we're gonna break that down. A lot of people got opinions on it. And so let's talk about that. I don't like to just put stuff out there and then we just leave it at that. This channel isn't about me saying my thoughts and opinions and leaving it at that. Let's discuss it. Let's get into it. Let's have a conversation. That's what we do. Okay. So quiet quitting, if you're not familiar with what it is, and this is my definition, is when you can't or you don't want to totally quit your job. You don't want to just flat out quit. So you stay, but you're really mentally checked out. Like you're physically there and you do just enough work not to get fired, but you're mentally checked out. There is no more coming in early, staying late. There's no more, doing more for the team. You don't even feel like you're on the team no more. You get there at 8:59 in the morning, you leave at 5:01. Once work is over, you're done. No extra, no overtime, no taking one for the team, no helping anybody else out. You just do the bare minimum to keep from getting fired. This is quiet quitting. This is quiet quitting. Now, one of the biggest comments and one of the biggest talking points on quiet quitting is the group of people who say, that's what you're supposed to do at work anyway. I literally probably got thousands of comments on that video that said, that's what you're supposed to do anyway. You're supposed to just come to work, do enough to not get fired, not really care, go home. Let me know in the comments if you're in that camp before I give my opinion. But no, a lot of people say, a lot of people's like, that's what I've been doing my whole career. I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. What am I supposed to be doing other than doing my job, going home? Isn't that called working? Isn't that called showing up for work? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, I always forget to do this, so I'm going to say it now. If you're enjoying the stream or think you're going to enjoy it, if you don't mind hitting that like button for your boy, I would really appreciate it. It costs absolutely nothing, and it helps the channel out, helps the stream out, gets more people in. We can talk. So a lot of people are like, "How is that quiet quitting? Like, that's what like you're supposed to do at work." I'll say this. I'll say this. I personally, when I work, I'm not the type of person who just does the bare minimum. If I'm going to work, I'm going to be there. I want to be part of the team. I want to help out. I've been accused of being a company man many times. At certain companies, I've called myself a company man. I'm here to like further whatever it is we got going on at this company. That's how I work. If I'm going to show up 5-6 days out the week, I'm going to be there 40-50 hours a week. I am there to like make some moves. I'm there to get some things done. I'm willing to go above and beyond just because like I enjoy doing that. I enjoy doing my job, helping other people. You need me to come in early. I come in early anyway. I'm old school. On time is late. Any of y'all like that? I was, my first job, they taught me if you're supposed to be there at 9, if you're there at 9, you're late. 8:45 is on time. I'm there 8:30. I'll come early. I'll help out. I'll stay late. I'm that guy that I'll clock out. And if there's something else needs to be done, I don't mind sticking around helping out. That's just what I do. That's just what I do. That's how I work. So for someone like me, and I'm sure some of y'all are like me, for someone like me, that is quiet quitting if I stop doing that. If I like a job and I enjoy being there, I'm always going to go above and beyond. If I'm ever not going above and beyond, that's quiet quitting. You know what I mean? If I'm ever like, I just don't like it here, but I got to stay either for the health insurance or the money's really good or for whatever reason, if I'm like, I really don't want to be here, but I'm going to stay and I'm not going to do any of that other stuff, that's quiet quitting. That's quiet quitting. A lot of people think it's just regular work. To me and a lot of other people, that is quiet quitting. So I just wanted to clarify that because I know obviously there's a whole group of people who've always worked that way. And I'm not saying I'm right and they're wrong or they're right and I'm wrong. It's just different styles of work. We have to understand that people work different. So some people have always just done the bare minimum. They think that's work. I would argue, and this isn't coming at anybody, but I would argue that you get further in life when you have I'm always willing to do more attitude. If it's work, if it's a relationship, if it's in your daily life, if it's in your whatever it is, I would argue you get further in life when you have I'm going to try to do more attitude in general. But I understand if you're working a job and you've been putting in 115% for 5 years and you've got a 2% raise and they're giving you more and more work because more people are leaving because of the Great Resignation and they're not hiring nobody, and you're only getting 1 week of vacation every 52 weeks, and your health insurance ain't that good, and they're hiring these young kids that are just getting out of college and they're making more money, all these other things, all the things. I can understand, even if you're a person who typically goes above and beyond, I can understand if you're like, I've had it, I'm checked out. I'm going to show up. I'm going to give y'all my 40, 45 hours. I'm going to go home. I can understand that. I can understand that. People who've always done that, I can understand it too, but it's just not me. It's just not me. That is one of the biggest gripes. A lot of people said, no raises. No raise. Every now and then someone would be like, my company gave me a raise, I'm staying forever. But I hear a lot of people being like, no raise. I mean, I feel like when I'm working somewhere, I feel like years ago, when I started working in like the 90s, people talked a lot more about raises. Even at like the entry level, whatever jobs I was doing when I first started working, just in general, I feel like people talked about and got raises more back in the day. It's almost like people don't even talk about raises at a lot of jobs now. it's kind of like people don't even like people surprised to get a real raise. I can't remember the last time other than like promotion or somebody really went to bat. Because I've got some friends that like we know our worth and we go for it. Other than that, I can't think of like the last time somebody really just got a raise. Like people just came and was like, "Hey, you've been here 5 years. You deserve." Like people do they do that anymore? Do they just walk up and give you raises? You know, I guess some companies still do like performance evals, and then but those are the companies that usually give you like a 1% raise. I don't know. It just seemed like they talked about raises a lot more in the early 2000s. You know, only time you hear people talk about raises now is to be like, I didn't get one. All right, so a another camp of people when it comes to quiet quitting are the people, and this group is very loud, and that's cool. Very loud, and there is a group of people. There's people already saying it in the chat in our stream here, saying that like quiet quitting is for lazy like people. They think quiet quitting is wrong, and under no circumstances should you just do the bare minimum at a job. If you're going to do that, you should just quit. If you're going to do that, you should just quit. And first off, I want to say the whole premise of quiet quitting is that you can't quit for whatever reason. I'm personally of the camp that like, yeah, if you don't like a job, quit it, get another one. But the whole like underlying issue with this whole thing is sometimes people can't quit a job. I'm Mr. Quit Your Job. I didn't quit more jobs than most people have had. Okay, twice. I probably quit more jobs than twice the number of jobs the average person has had. I'll quit a job quick. I'll be out the door. They be like, "Where's Tim? We don't know. We just ain't seen him no more. He put his keys in the desk and left. I'll quit. It don't matter what day of the week it is. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I don't care. Payday, first day back from vacation. I'll quit." A lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. So that is why you get people quiet quitting. I see you, Isaiah. That is why we get people like quiet quitting. So, and honestly, anyone who's like, yeah, I just started quiet quitting, probably used to be a very hard worker. That's the thing, too. This group of people who never worked hard, it was like, I've been quiet quitting my whole life. We're not talking about them. That's a different group of people. Work how you work. But most of the people who are like quiet quitting now have been working hard, busting their butts for decades, definitely years. Now they're like, it's not paying off. It's not paying off. So I'm quiet quitting. So to say that like people who quiet quit are lazy, and things of that nature, I just don't think that fits in this discussion. They're fed up. They're fed up. They didn't come into the workplace lazy. They've been working. They've been working hard. They've been doing extra. They've been staying late. They've been putting in the twerk. It just hasn't gotten them anywhere. It hasn't gotten them anywhere. And that's where they're like, all right, kind of checked out of this job because I know it's probably never going to lead to anything. It's never going to get any better than it is right now. So I'm just going to quiet quit because I can't officially quit. I don't really think we can jump on those people, say they're being lazy. Now, a lot of people are like, yeah, if you quiet quit, you're just causing more work for your fellow employees. Well, you got to take that up with the bosses. You got to take that up with the bosses. Maybe they need to hire more people. Maybe they need to change up their practices so that people don't quiet quit. If I'm in a situation, if I'm in a relationship and I'm doing my best to like be a positive, a fruitful, productive member of this relationship, and I'm doing everything I can to keep this relationship going, and the person I'm in the relationship with isn't, and I decide that like I'm slowly getting out of this relationship and I'm probably going to leave it soon, you can't say I'm lazy, right? If I'm in a relationship and I'm doing everything I can, but the other person isn't, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up out of here. You can't say that I was the lazy one in the relationship. The same is true with people who quiet quit, right? Same is true with people who quiet quit. They've been putting in the work for the longest, but it's not working out for them. And so they're disillusioned, and now they want to get out of this job, but they can't right now. You can't say they were the lazy one. The fault lies with the company. The fault lies with the bosses who got them disillusioned. There are a lot of people like, yeah, if they just gave me a raise every now and then, I'd be fine. You can't be mad at me. I tried. I worked. I worked for this rate for 5 years. I just need a raise. So that's why, yeah, I just don't. I don't like when people who probably aren't in the situation where they need to quiet quit are down on people who do. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, people are doing it for a reason. The people who just don't want to work just weren't working before. The people who are like lazy have always been lazy. We're not talking about laziness. We're not talking about people who don't do their job. We're talking about people who really used to care, who really used to do the job, and now they just like it's not getting them nowhere. You can't say they're lazy. You can't say they're the ones hurting the company. Sometimes we got to stop just like thinking massa can do no wrong, thinking the company is like always right, and realize that like there's reasons why people are quiet quitting. And if they don't change, this is something we're going to see. There's going to continue to be a great resignation, and there's going to continue to be quiet quitting. I don't care what they try to tell you about, oh, when the recession comes, people are going to have to run back to work. Work ain't going to be the same unless they fix it. We've rounded a corner, folks. Some people don't want to accept this. Some people don't want to accept that, like, we've rounded a corner. Work, we did a live stream about this last week. Work is broken. People are going to keep quiet quitting until they can actually quit and go somewhere else. The recession ain't going to change that. The recession ain't going to change that. Because you got to realize too, if people start getting broke, you'll hit that acceptable level of brokenness where people will be like, if I'm gonna be broke anyway, I damn sure ain't gonna put up with this BS at this job. If people like, if I'm gonna be broke anyway, nah, I'll just sit at the house, be broke. People. Don't believe this. Oh, people. Some people will go back to work. Some people will go back to work, but they might go back to work and immediately start quiet quitting. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. People have realized that it's not getting them anywhere at a lot of companies, a lot of corporations, a lot of businesses. Is not getting them anywhere being a company man or woman and going above and beyond. So they're just starting to do the bare minimum. And now I know there are some fields where this is dangerous. There are some industries, there are some careers where I really don't want the person doing it to have quiet quit, to have checked out. But on that same token, I can't blame them. You know, if you're in the healthcare industry and you got into it because you want to help people, but you are overworked to the point of exhaustion, and you're like, I'm not going to let them work me so hard that I end up in this hospital, and you quiet quit. Do I want you to be the person taking care of me? No. I want, gung ho Gabby taking care of me when I go to the hospitals. However, I get it. I get it. That's why we need to fix the system. That's why we need to fix the system. A lot of teachers quiet quitting, or a lot of teachers are flat out quitting. I was on the train today coming from downtown, and I heard a lady's like, I really miss teaching, but I didn't want to I would have had to scoot like a few feet closer to get into our conversation because I really wanted to hear what she had to say, because that's my bag. Whenever someone says quit or something, but like I didn't want to like be all up in her lap. Just I wanted to, but it wouldn't look good on the train. So I didn't hear the rest of it. But like I do a lot, watch a lot of videos on this stuff. A lot of teachers saying no more, no mas. They quitting, or the ones who aren't quiet quitting. I'm in the classroom every day, but the joy's not there, the love's not there. I'm not, really giving the kids what I used to give them because it's not worth it. If they're not giving me, not talking about the kids, talking about the school system, not giving me what I need, I can't give the kids what they need. But a lot of time we just look at the end result. Why are these teachers not teaching like they used to? Why are these nurses blah 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 blah? Why are these so and so so on? They not getting what they need so they can do what they need to do. You got to solve the original problem to solve this other problem. So quick to blame people who've been going out there and like doing their best. So quick to blame the people who working. Like I said, these are not the lazy people. These are the burnt out people. These are the burnt out people. And props to them for even staying. Quiet quitting during the Great Resignation. That does sound like a sitcom. Oh, don't worry. There will be sitcoms about this. There will be sitcoms. Wait till the news is about to pick it up. This is why I'm part of the reason I'm doing this stream. The news is about to pick this up and run with it, I think. And then it's going to be a whole. I can't wait. I just can't. I can't wait to hear a bunch of newscasters. I'm ready to hear the newscaster be like, "Yeah, pretty much quiet quit too." They're always having like newscasters like quit on air. I'm waiting for one to quiet quit on air. Be like, "Yeah." If they're like, "Back to you, Bob," and Bob will be like, "Yeah, I think I've pretty much quiet quit too." Ted, I'm waiting for that. But we got to start fixing the issues, man. Or it's not. No. The people who stay just ain't gonna do much. They're gonna do just enough. Customer service is gonna lack. Production is gonna go down, which is gonna lead to more people actually quitting because the people who do, because it goes in levels. You got this level of employee who never works hard, the lazy people. Then you got this level of employee who they'll do a little more. They'll do a little more. Then you got, the gung ho, always worked hard. It's just going to start hitting every level. The people who always did a little extra, they're going to start quiet quitting or actually quitting. And that's going to put more work on the really, really, really gung ho people. And they're going to be like, you know what? This ain't worth it. I've always done more, but nah. You can start seeing a lot of people taking their retirement early. People who can take early retirement or could have already retired and was like, I'm gonna hang in there a few more years. They can be like, nah, I'm just gonna go ahead. And I've said in other live streams about work. I think it's only I don't think this whole work thing's gonna get better before it gets a little worse. Yeah, customer service still exists. That's not even going to be a word 5 years from now. They ain't going to be such thing as customer service. It's just going to be like, there's customers. There might not even be a lot of customers. Things keep going the way they're going. You won't have nowhere to go and customer at. But yeah, there's still customer service. It's waning, and some places I go, like I can't blame the people. I miss it. I miss the good old days of customer service. You went somewhere and people had a smile on their face and they were happy to see you. And they said, "Come on in, Mr. Ward. How can we help you? What can we do for you?" And they meant it. They actually meant it. Remember the good old days when people like came over to assist you, to buy a product or sell you a service, or they came to your house to fix something and they enjoyed it. "Hi, Mr. Ward. I'm here to fix the refrigerator. Let me take care of that, get that done so you don't lose any more food, any more groceries. This is what I do. That man is what he did. That woman, that's what she did. They enjoyed it." Some of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all young. Y'all had to be around like the 80s. I was a little kid in the 80s. I remember. There was Ronald Reagan. There was customer service. There was the Coke and Pepsi wars. Some of y'all don't remember this. Y'all don't even know what good customer service is. You think if somebody speaks to you, it's good customer service. That is not. Y'all remember it. Now it'll come back around. Give it about 80 years, customer service will come back around. But as it is now, try to do everything you can online. try, try to do everything you can on your phone because people have had it. They'll show up. They'll do their job, most of it, but they're checked out. They're not mentally there. There's no more company men, company women. I think even a lot of the supervisors and managers have quiet quit. Can we talk about that? A lot of times, I've even said it, management, but a lot of them got issues. A lot of them ain't getting what they deserve either. A lot of them ain't getting what they deserve either. It just, once again, it just keeps going up the ladder. Everybody under you quiet quit. You get saddled with all their work. You tell your boss, hey, like, my workload's gone up because everybody's quitting. And she like, well, somebody's got to do it. You're like, all right. The one thing you never want to hear. The one thing you never want to hear as a manager is from an employee is, yeah, all right. You never want to hear that. I've been a boss. You never want to hear that. All right. That's what people say right before they quiet quit or actually quit. Mike01 Davis, Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Said, how can I forget the Super Chat? Hey, Mike, I appreciate that. Appreciate the Super Chat, man. I appreciate that love, man. Of financial nature definitely helps to keep the motivation going on these streams. Thank you, sir. It's good to see you. Thank you. That's love. That's love. Last thing you want to hear. Also in a relationship as well. Last thing you want to hear is for them to be like, all right, and do the look away. All right, not looking at you. If someone looks at you, they're like, all right, no. That means they might actually do it. All right. This means they're quitting. All right. Don't even go check their cubicle. Oh, Jerome's gone. He gave me the eye. Nope. Last thing you want to hear. Not to mention, a lot of people now got to have 2 jobs. So they can't, like, you got to quiet quit one or both just to get them both done. I got 2 jobs. I can't do extra at both. I got rent to pay. They didn't increase my rent, $300 for no reason. I got 2 jobs now. In order to do both of them, I got to quiet quit one or both of my jobs. And when you're breaking your back, working all week, and you're still broke, people start not caring, man. Maria, thank you. Super Chat Squad, 609 to 808. Super Chat Squad, thank you, Maria. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Train. So we don't want Tim. We don't want Tim quitting on us. Nah, not at all. Not when people showing love like that. I'm never quitting. Y'all make my workplace very happy. I'm very happy with my workplace. Thank y'all very much. I'm a company man for y'all on the YouTubes, on the live stream life. I'll never quite quit. Every now and then I take a week off. I'll never quite quit. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Super Chat Train. Let's go. Oh, 808 is Hawaii? Is that Hawaii? Okay. I was wondering I was like, what's 808? I was trying to figure them out on the fly so I could be like, oh, that's New Hampshire and Connecticut, but I didn't realize that. Hey, Mike01 Davis coming through again. Super Chat Squad, the W chat, Mike01 Davis and Tim in the chat off topic. But me and my girlfriend are debating Coke or Pepsi. I say Coke, she says Pepsi. What says everyone else? Hey, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Little sidebar. I'm a Coke man. I lived in Atlanta for many years. I'm personally a Coke man. What do y'all think? And when I say what do y'all think, I mean everyone should say Coke. Roderick Roche, Super Chat Squad. Thank you, man. Tim Dog. We here, man. We're here. We're talking quiet quitting. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Roderick, thank you so much. Appreciate that love. Thank you. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Train. Oh, that got a lot of responses. Okay. All right. Now, thanks, Mike. Now I ain't got no questions to read on topic. No, I'm just messing with you. I'm totally messing with you, bro. I'm totally messing with you. You know me. I don't. We just keep talking. I can talk about quiet quitting all day long. I think because I mean, so many comments in my quiet quit video Like it's literally, I can just if I get bored, I can just go to the comment section of that video and people are just weighing in. And that's when I'm like, wow, like I thought it was a hot topic to do a video on, but I didn't know like I like literally every day new comments, and I'm like, wow, I didn't understand the extent to which people were burnt out. Like I was, I kind of knew about the Great Resignation and people like I'm done, but I didn't realize like the extent and the amount of people that are like, I don't like this job, I'm done with it, I'm burnt out, but I have to stay. I have to stay. That's a whole other conversation. Of like, I'm not gonna get into health benefits this time, but bro, like, it breaks my heart when someone's like, I hate this job, but I have to stay for the benefits. That's crazy. That's great. I'm not getting healthcare. This we could go all one day. We will have a whole stream about like healthcare and it being not affordable. But like, and yes, I understand no one has to stay, and it's especially easy for someone like me, no wife, no kids, to be like, just quit your job. But I understand it is not that easy for a lot of people. There are a lot of people who need their health insurance for whatever reason. They might be using it on a regular basis. Maybe their kids are. A lot of people just don't have the freedom to just be like, I'm gonna quit. I get that. If you do it. But like a lot of people can't. So it's kind of callous to be like, no one has to stay. No one has to, but some people really, 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 really need to. You know what I mean? That's one thing I feel like in this life, we have to be more understanding. You don't have to be, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules. But if you're trying to like be a decent person, I feel like we all need to be, and I try to work on this daily, be more understanding of our fellow men and women. We're talking about quiet quitting. We're obviously talking about people who, for some reason, need to stay. A lot of times that's healthcare. A lot of times it's you're in that weird place to where like you're making enough money, you're not making what you should be making. They're not paying you what you should be making, but you're making enough money that if you go somewhere else, you'll probably make less. A lot of people in that position. I didn't put 15 years in this company, so I'm making more than like entry level. Now what I should be making. But now the right situation will eventually come along. I think if you're really out there trying to change, eventually the right situation will come along where you can leave and make the same amount and have benefits. I totally think you can manifest that. I believe that 10,000%. But a lot of people are like, until that happens, I'm going to stay here and quiet quit. I'm going to show up every day, but I'm mentally at the house doing whatever people do mentally at the house. I'll show up, but I'm no longer going to be the employee who tries to like come up with ideals to move the company forward and is always the one when there's some type of, hey, you want to be in charge of the bake sale? Sure, yeah, all that, no, all that, no. 8:59, 5:01. Hey, we got overtime. Busy. Is it mandatory? No. Okay, I'm busy. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. People just not giving that no more. But I do think that like most of us want to give that, right? Most of us want to show up at a job, especially like if I'm going to do something for 40, 50 hours a week, I want to enjoy it and I want to give it my all. I think most of us who are good employees, good workers, want to find a place where we can do the extra and we don't mind doing the extra. If you're paying me what I should be getting paid and it's a good work environment, and I know you're going to take care of me down the line, I will do extra without even getting paid for it because I'm good. And I know you're going to take care of me. Like I said, I always was an employee that like I might clock out and then I see something else going on. I'll run over there and help out. I don't care. Your boss will be like, clock back in. Like, nah, it's cool. I'm going to help so-and-so out real quick so we can both get out of here. I already clocked out. It's all good. You don't care because when you're being taken care of, when you love the job, people, you get more out of people when you take care of them. But you're trying to save money, cut corners. Some of these companies by not, giving people raises, not taking care of them, you get less productivity. Not doing it no more. JT, if they left their work badge on the desk and walked out, that's not quiet quitting. That's quitting. Quiet quitting is when you stay. That's that's what I thought quiet quitting was when I first heard about it, was that you quit and didn't tell anybody. No, that's quitting. Quiet quitting, you stay, you just don't work like you used to. If she left her badge and walked out, first off, shout out to her for leaving company property there. A lot of people would have took the badge, slung it out the window of the car. A lot of people would have took the desk. She left her bags on the desk. A lot of people took the desk or all the contents of the desk. They said, where is all the printer paper? Oh, Judy took that. We think Judy took that. Someone asked me to name or describe some dream jobs. I can't do that, Tulsa, because I don't have a dream job. Right? I know me personally, I don't have a dream job. I might have a dream way to make money, but I don't have a dream job. For example, I love content creation. It's not really a job. If you're a good friend of mine, I just had lunch with my friend Taylor today. Shout out to her. She's a photographer. That's not work to her. She can make money off of it. And she's trying to expand right now, start making more money off of it. But that's not a dream job. I don't have a dream job. There's some things I enjoy doing. I like mowing grass. I like cleaning hotel rooms, being in the hospitality industry, but I would never call those my dream job. I don't have a dream job. When I dream, I'm not thinking about jobs. It's kind of telling that we even have the term dream job. So even in my dream, even when you're asking me to fantasize about how my life to look, I want my life to look, I'm working. When you ask me to fantasize about how I'd love my life to look, you expect me to have a job? Some people are like, yeah. No, I don't have a dream job. I don't have a dream job. When you have dream ways of making money, you don't call it a job. You just say what it is. Content creation. It ain't a job. It's things I enjoy doing. If I can make some money off of them, cool. But I don't have a dream clock in, clock out situation. Some people are different. But for me, I'm bro, if I'm out here just dreaming with the lid off, I'm not clocking in. I'm not clocking out. No, I'm not having no boss. So yeah, I don't have a dream job. Tell you, when you start thinking about stuff, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff in life we've been taught to look at it a certain way. And now, let me just say there are some people who maybe don't want to start their own business or don't want to. Maybe there are some people who always dreamed of working at a certain job. To them, maybe they have a dream job. I don't dream of labor. But some people, they might have a dream job. But I couldn't speak for them because I don't. But I just think it's interesting that dream job is even a term. I don't know. It's just that we just naturally go along with. I could see if a lot of people, if 50% of the people were like, I don't have one, and the other 50% was like, well, I kind of do. I don't mind working for somebody else, and since I'm gonna do that, this is what I want to do. But the fact that everybody talks about a dream job, that sounds like programming. You got to think about this stuff, question everything. But I warn you, the rabbit hole gets deep when you start seeing all this stuff. The point is, I think quiet quitting is here to stay for a while because I just don't see enough changes taking place for people to unquiet quit. What's the opposite of quiet quitting? If you've done quiet quit and things get better and you go back to being gung ho Joe, what is that called? Getting loudly hired. I don't know. I don't know, but I just don't see that. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Yeah, the person who rates beaches. Here's what I'm saying too about the dream job thing. There can be a dream thing that you do to get paid for, but if I'm dreaming, I would much rather do it for myself than do it for someone else. So, for instance, the guy or girl who the person who rates beaches, if they're rating beaches for going out and working for themselves, staying at beaches, rating them, and like selling their reviews to magazines and websites, that is a dream way to earn an income. That's all I'm saying. Why not do it for yourself and then it's not a job? Anyway, moving on. A lot of people don't get me with that. It's the programming is too deep. A lot of people can't. They can't differentiate. And you don't have to. Some people think it's tomato, tomato. But for me, it's deep. I must speak it aloud. You know, I think a lot of times I over. If the message is really loud on one side, I have to scream it as loud as I can on the other side to be like, no, look beyond that. Look beyond what they told you to look at. Look over here. Yeah, but just look over here. Just look over here. And yeah, Kevin, I totally agree. Like once again, I'm not bashing working for someone. Um, we've all done it. I'm not bad. I might do it again soon. Like I'm not bashing it. I just companies need to do better. And there was a time they did. You know, there was a time they did. Missy Moda, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Squad, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Thank you. We got the marching band going. I was trying to think of a marching band song. I haven't been to Battle of the Bands in 20 years. I can't, but I appreciate that. Love that sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Just Jasha says people are quiet quitting at my job. Jobs are great, benefits are outstanding, paid in full. People just don't want to do the jobs. Now that, and we discussed this earlier, that I think is just laziness. You will run across some people who are just lazy. I don't know if I really call that quiet quitting, unless there's something going on with them we don't know about. But like that's just being lazy. Like if all the boxes are being checked at your job and you just don't want to work, that's different. Or is different to me. That's just there are some people who are just lazy. Or maybe the world just got them so stressed they ain't just trying to do it. But some people will just be lazy. Some people you can give them the best job, best benefits, best pay, and they will complain and be lazy. That's a totally different class of people than people who are out here working horrible jobs and just burnt out. There's always going to be lazy people. But that doesn't mean everybody's being lazy. That just means the lazy people are being lazy. By the way, where do you work? First off, skirt, where do you work at? With the great pay, great benefits, all that. Where are you at? Put the link to the apply now page for the boys and girls in the chat for me. Actually, don't put in the chat. Send it to me. Where do you work at? Okay, glad to hear though. Glad to hear. I love to hear people saying that they got a job and they're being treated right. Love to hear that. Hey, Rim Bells. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So people are prioritizing health over mindless work. Facts. And I think that's amazing. I think that's what we should be doing. I think health is so like when you're young or if you've always been healthy, you will never understand how big a deal health is. Take that from someone who's finally got a little age on them. Listen up to this one, folks. When you're young or you've always been relatively healthy or healthy, you will never understand or appreciate how important health is. Until you start getting a little older and that health level starts to drop down. And you maybe get hit with something crazy out of the blue. Now all of a sudden you're like, dang, I wish I had realized how important and how big a blessing it was to be healthy, 100%, 95% healthy all them years. And I wish I had done more. Always prioritize health over like anything. None of us do because you don't appreciate it. You've been healthy your whole life and you're 25, you're not going to take steps to be like, just in case I'm not this healthy in the future. Maybe some people will, but most of us won't. You just don't think about it. It's not our fault. We don't think about it because we've never had to think about it. But like, once you start thinking about it, you'll realize like, if you don't have health, you don't have nothing. I don't care what life hands you. I don't care what dream life allows you to live. If you're not healthy, it's not the same. You could get everything you want on your what is it called? Not bucket list, but yeah, maybe bucket list, but vision board. Life could allow you to check off every listing on your vision board. You got 15 things on your vision board. You got all 15 of them. If you're not healthy, it don't matter, or it's not the same. Always got to prioritize health, especially over mindless work. Especially if it's work that's actually making you unhealthy. We're not talking about just being like, okay, it's mindless work, but like if it's work that's making you unhealthy and adding to your stress, oh, you got to do what you got to do to get up out of there. You got to. Hey, lifelong learner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 100. Oh, top. What's this top? I thought it said 100. I don't have my glasses on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Train. I appreciate that. Lifetime learner. That's what I strive to be too. I'm trying to be learning on my deathbed. Like, I'll definitely be learning on my deathbed. This is what death looks like. Okay, lesson learned. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Yes, sir. I think that the pandemic, a lot of people open their eyes to like health. Maybe yeah, I got a serious case. Maybe a family member did. Maybe they lost somebody who they weren't expecting to lose. And I think a lot of people started being like, wait a second, this ain't promised. Like this ain't, you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people were just like, wow, like because for a lot of us, like the thought of going to the store and being coughed on and getting sick was like super scary. And it was like sick, and it was just like I think we just start thinking about health more, you know? And then they gave us a little time off work, a lot of us, and he was just like, nah, you know what I mean? But yeah, health is I'm telling you, man, that's something I'm learning. They can give you, life can give you everything you asked for, but if you're not healthy, that's why I've started to like when I'm manifesting or even when I'm praying, I say, and let me be healthy enough to enjoy it. I put that on the end too. I got these goals. I got things I want to accomplish. We're not rushing them. We're patient with them. But I always say when like I'm manifesting or goal writing a goals list or praying, and please let me be healthy enough to enjoy it. Because I realize if you leave that off, the universe has a sense of humor. It might give you the pony, but you might not be able to ride it. Life might give you the pony, but you might not be healthy enough to ride it. I'm telling y'all, I'm facts right here. That's some true stuff right there. Preach, church, tabernacle. Okay, let's see where we're at. I don't like when people say the kids these days don't appreciate, or the kids these days are this, or these millennials are this, or these like, come on, like they doing the best they can in a world we handed them. Sidebar. I'm just saying, whenever we jump on, like the kids, realize they are just reacting to a world that we handed them. Hmm? We created the world that the millennials or the Gen Zers or whatever the generation now has grown up in and been programmed by. We were the people in charge of it when they were born. So if they act a certain way, they're just a byproduct of the world we created for them. No one seems to understand this. Everybody acts like the next generation just decide they have a big meeting when they're all born. All the millennials, all the Gen Zers got together when they was all born and was like, hey, we just gonna be different for the sake of being different. No, they're reacting to the world that was there when they got here. And guess what? We was the people who created it, who made it the way it is. So if there's anybody to blame, it's us and the generation above us. I don't know why we never get this. We never understand this. It's very simple. You cannot blame babies. You cannot blame 18-year-olds for acting a certain way. They ain't lived. They just gonna react and act according to the world around them. These kids don't know what is, of course not, they're kids. Yeah, I don't, this stuff just, you mean, like, it just makes sense. It makes sense. I just see stuff. I just see stuff. Yeah, Will. Older generations been complaining about younger generations since you don't think Adam and Eve complained about Cain and Abel? This young generation is so violent. You know what I mean? Like you don't think they've been doing it since that's why it makes no sense. When I say us, Michael, I mean everything. When I say us, I don't just mean us as individuals. I mean the media. I mean the corporations, right? I mean the whole, all of us. Corporations and media is us. So I'm not just directly referring to like individual people, though we're part of it. I'm referring to society as a whole, which includes corporations and media and everything. And parents. It includes parents too. You know, I don't really like to speak on parents because I don't have kids, but it's just like if you're gonna be out here talking trash about the younger generation, let me see your kids. These kids, they're so whatever. Let me see your kids. Now, admit, I used to talk crap about the younger generation until a friend of mine set me straight. Since then, you know, I had my struggles growing up in the 80s. They got theirs growing up in the 2020s. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Sarah and so Robbie 97 going back and forth at it. Iron Maiden, I think it is possible to get paid to do something you love, and I wish everyone, I wish we were taught that. I wish the goal was, I wish that's what we were taught. Then we wouldn't have quite quit. I wish it was we were taught find something you love and do it, and if you can't, find something you love and do it. That's the goal. And if you can't, well then like take another job until you can. I wish that's what was pounded in our heads. Hey, life's too short. Find something you love to do, get paid for it. And then, like, hey, if you can't, if you're between two of those or you can't right now, we'll get you one of these other jobs for a little bit. But as soon as you can, go back to what you love because life's too short to be doing something you don't like. I wish it was so deeply ingrained in us that, like, we would just almost, break out in hives when we had to go do a job we didn't like. Ooh, it'd be like cooties. Ooh, not doing it. I'll do it for a little bit, but only with gloves on. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it was that intense, but it's not. Instead, it's just like, get a good job. No one ever says get a good job you like. You ever notice that? Go to school, go to college, get good grades, get a good job. You could, come on, Pops, add that you like at the end of it. Come on, guidance counselor. Come on, teachers. Come on, uncle. No, everybody's like, get a good job. Bro, tell the kids to get a job they love. If I was born 20 years later, I'd probably be doing the same thing. You know, I would like to think my calling would be my calling. I like to think I'd be doing the same thing. Yeah, people say, get a good job and get some debt. It's okay. Everybody's got debt. Grandma's got debt. Your parents got debt. Your uncle got debt. Everybody's got debt. And then there'll be the people like, debt is good. You can use debt to. Okay. So you grow up and you're just like, all right, I'll do it. I'm going to debt so I can get a job I hate. Okay. Yeah, Nick. Nobody lays at the job and is like, man, I wish I'd done. No one lays on the deathbed. Excuse me. It's like, man, I wish I did more at the jobs. You know what? My one regret is I didn't take up more of that overtime. Every Saturday I could have worked overtime and never saw my family, and I stayed home and enjoyed myself with my family. And they're all here to watch me die because I was such a good parent and family member. But if I had worked more, if I had just worked more, if I had just worked more at the job I hated, you only get one life, and I spent it doing things I loved. Okay, um, I'm working on my acting skills. That was light. I can go wait. I can. Okay, okay. Yeah, you got the dead is good people. You got the dead is good people out there. And if you're at a certain level and making certain moves, maybe it is. But for the average person with just regular debt, who's not trying to like buy an apartment complex or large equipment or all this, it's not. They not talking about credit card debt when they say debt is good. They not talking about you charging up $10,000 on your Macy's card over the holidays. That type of debt is not good, Georgina. But you know, people, hey, if you want to get debt, let them get debt. It ain't got nothing to do with it. That's why a lot of people have to quiet quit. People are like, just quit. People can't quiet quit. I mean, people can't just quit. They got debt. They got some of that good debt. So I got to stay at the job. These things all go together. You get your bills low, you get up out of debt, you can actually quit your job. You can go find another job, or maybe you don't have to make as much money, but you enjoy the job. Now you're living. This all goes together. It all goes together. Kresnik, I do take like mortgages and like car notes as it's like different. The average person will never be able to buy a house cash. So you can't really blame someone for getting a mortgage because most of the time you would have been spending that money on rent. So I can't blame you on that. The average person is not going to be able to buy a decent car cash. So I can't blame somebody getting a car note. Those are different. Those are different. You know, I wish we lived in a system, a society where like, or you know what I mean? You didn't have to have mortgages, or they were like 10-year mortgages. You know, if houses were affordable and mortgages were smaller, I'd be all for it. It's cool now, but I'd be all for it. But like, you know, I got friends who are in their early 20s, mid 20s trying to find a house, and they're actually getting approved for decent amounts, but that amount won't buy them a house. It's like, yeah, we got approved for 400,000, but can't do nothing with it. Yo, what? Like, you know what I mean? It's craziness. This is crazy. It's craziness. You got to move to the sticks, middle of nowhere, and then that's a 30 or more. But I get it. I get it. I ain't mad at people for buying houses. I ain't mad at people for doing anything. Like, do what you want. There's no rules. Yeah, man, a 10-year mortgage like in the 50s. So I buy this house at 30, it's paid off at 40. Bruh, I'd be at work happy every day. I got a 10-year mortgage. I'm good. I'm good. You could buy a car for $500, brand new. I got a 2023. It cost me $750. I'm good. I'm at work whistling. Why did they block that? MD refused to have a car note. I used to do that. I was like that for many, many years. I think that's the way to go. I ended up getting a car note, a small one, but for whatever reason. But like, yeah, I think that's the if you can do that, that's best. That's the best route. If you can not have a car note, then you just pay cash and then ride that thing till the wheels fall off and pay cash for another one. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I think Kevin, people commit to 30-year mortgages. The people who do, because it's probably the only way they can afford to pay the mortgage a lot of times. Now you end up paying lots more money in the long run, but to make that monthly payment where it's feasible and you still got money left over, I think a lot of people go long term. What do I think of the collapse of the current civilization? If it is collapsing, it don't bother me. Like I don't, I try to view the world from like a zoomed out lens. You know what I mean? I might be currently Timothy Ward and like living as a human being and taking it moment by moment, day by day. But I try to have my vision be a lot more zoomed out and see decades, you know. So like if this is a collapse of civilization, okay, like something will come out of the ashes. You know what I mean? Like I'm not married to current civilization, humanity, all that type of stuff. A lot of other people are. For me, like if it's the collapse of civilization, something else will come up. If it's the end of humanity, something else will come up. Like you think the dinosaurs wanted to go, but it was their time. So when our time comes, it's our time. You know what I mean? Like if it's the collapse of this civilization, it doesn't bother me. Like I don't. I don't like a lot of the things that like people forecast could happen. I don't want them to happen because of the pain and suffering it's going to cause my fellow man and myself. If you took that out of the equation, they could blow this whole place up tomorrow. I really don't care. From just a purely like life standpoint, I really don't care. I just don't like seeing people suffer. So I don't want crazy stuff to happen like that. But like from just a purely life standpoint, I could care less. Civilization could collapse tomorrow. I don't care. What am I doing? I think like what? I don't care. What am I doing that's so important that civilization needs to keep going? What are any of us doing? Okay, see, I'm not getting off topic. I'm starting to lose people. Starting to lose them. Hey, how you doing, Kevin? Starting to lose people, too. Yeah, civilizations come and go. I do not have kids, thankfully. Somebody said, get the bug out bag ready. We got one. Yeah, man. I'm just not married to like survival. Like, I don't know. Like, I've become very like cool with the ideal of like change. It's like I said, you think the dinosaurs want to leave? Nah. You think whatever planets blew up to come together a million years later and shape the planet Earth wanted to blow up? Nah, like it's just the time. You know. Praveen, you got to know the answer to this. You have to know the answer to this. Maybe you don't. I should stop saying that. I assume people who watch a lot of my content know certain things. Maybe they don't. I have never thought about getting married. No. Um, One relationship I was in a really long time. For me, that's like 4 years. The thought occurred to me. I was like, if I stay in this much longer, she might want to get married one of these days. But that's the close I ever came to like thought of getting married. Yeah, yeah. That thought crossed my mind, and I quickly dismissed it. But it had crossed my mind. Um, what about RV loans? If I don't know anybody who can buy an RV. Very few people can buy an RV cash. So I get it. I get it. I would take a long, hard look at the RV market over the past 10 years, and for me, I would realize that the RV market was very high right now, so I may not take out an RV loan right now. But that's just me. You know, Renzi checking in for the Philippines. Yeah, I just not a. And like I said, nothing against marriage. I got really good friend. I got a good friend of mine who's getting married in September. I'm gonna go down there and have a blast. Nothing, I'm so happy they're getting married. Nothing against marriage. It's not for me. If anybody got a 30-year loan on an RV, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. There's no way that RVs lasting 30 years. The ones that the way they build them now, nah, nah. Kresnik, I do think people will start buying empty lots of land. Here's the thing with that though, land's getting more expensive. So I think there was a time you might have been able to like buy some land and like live in it on a tent or something like that. But now I think land's in most places where people want, it would make sense to live in a tent or something like that. It's too expensive. Um, so I don't think people would be able to find the land to just live in a tent on. You know, but yeah, I definitely think more people are looking. I'm looking for land. I think this is a smart move right now. Alonzo, I do not live off grid. No, I live in a regular apartment. Yeah, if you can find some good land that is a decent price and set up to where you can just pitch a tent. I mean, I think the whole live in your car slash tent game is where it's at. You can get you like a 4-person tent for about $200-300. Put that bad boy up, huge, big old tent, damn near circus tent. Put that bad boy up, slap you all your, get it set up the way you like it, and then like have your car as a backup to sleep in on the really cold nights, or however, just have some land and a big tent in your car. That's the move right there. If you can find the land. And yes, there will be some people who don't want to live in a tent. I get that, but some people don't care. Land used to be cheap in Montana, and if you go deep enough in certain parts, it's still reasonable. But it's starting to it shows like Yellowstone. I follow this amazing realtor from the Big Sky Bozeman area. Like she's a great businesswoman, very intelligent. Like her social media shows how smart she is, and just gorgeous with like the perfect life. Before someone's like, she's probably faking it. I don't care. Her life looks amazing. Husband's hot, cute little baby, but she sells these $1 million properties. But like, because I've been in Bozeman, like Bozeman Big Skies, like 2015. So I used to kind of look at like land and stuff, and I've seen the prices on stuff out there go crazy, crazy. If you anywhere near the Big Sky, Bozeman, any of those areas that like people really want to live, a lot of them ran, and all the other cool parts of Montana, land's going up. But if you go far enough out, you can find. But it's one of those states that I think everybody knows there's an increased demand for it, so prices are going up. Mr. Thomas, thank you. Mr. Thomas, Super Chat Squad said if this whole system crashes to go back to 1950 prices and living, sans the big R, I'd love it. And my dream not job, coaching football. Facts. Super Chat Squad. Hey, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. We could get it back to like the 50s, minus that other stuff. You know what I mean? If it was not as equal as it is now, but like economic. If we kept the advances we've made in general, but the economics went back to that, come on, bro. And I love your dream, not job. That's awesome. See, when you have something you love to do, it's not a job. It's just something you do. I want to be a football coach. It's not a job. It's not work. You just want to do it. That's awesome. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Yeah, if you could, if one parent, doesn't matter which parent, before one of y'all jumps on me, like last time, it doesn't matter which parent, but if one parent could work and buy a house and buy a car and like take care of all the bills, and the other parent could either stay home or maybe choose to work if they wanted to, but they had the choice. Oh man, that'd be amazing. We'd all be smiling. Texas got land in the Terlingua Ranch in Texas, $1,000 to $2,000 an acre. Okay. What is it like around there? Is there a wall? How close is the Walmarts? Does Amazon deliver? I'm so 2023. Where's the Walmart? Does Amazon deliver? That's off grid living to me. Off grid living to me is when it's like right close to that line where Amazon don't deliver no more, but it's on the side that it does. That's off grid to me. There's a Walmart 20 miles away. 10 miles. Oh, maybe 20 is a lot. That's a lot of traffic. That's a lot of miles on the Prius. Maybe 10 miles. Thank you for that, Scott. I'm going to look into that. Terlinga. We can look that up. I do the land thing. Terlingua. I'm going to remember, Scott. I'm going to look into it. I'm going to let you know if you lied to us. Just messing with you. Cocaldi, but why do you want to be like Warren Buffett? Killeen, Texas, dirt cheap. Okay. Kevin, I have not traveled every state in the United States. I haven't been to any of them in the Northeast. We got to rectify that soon. Michael's Life Cycle. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. So congrats on 100K and following says 4K. Dang, hey, thank you for the love and appreciate you sticking around, man. That's that. I always, whenever people say they've been around since way back, that means a lot to me. That really does. So thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Super Chat Squad. Appreciate that love of financial natures. Thank you. Dang, 4K. That was a minute ago. Nallery, Colorado's hot. I know Texas got to be hot. Colorado. That's what I'm like. I don't mind if I move back down south. Like it's hot here. It ain't supposed to be 98 degrees in Colorado. There was just snow on the mountains. How was it? So it's hot everywhere. It's just hot. We just going through a heat phase. It's hot everywhere. Oh, you want to be an investor? Okay. But why do you want to be an investor? I'm just asking the question. That Texas land 5 miles from the Mexican border. Okay. You can just sneak across the border. Okay. I'm telling you, the days will come. Americans going to be trying to sneak into Texas. That's going to be the new route. There ain't going to be nobody trying to come this way. Everybody's going to be going that way. They don't believe me. They don't believe me. Remember, I said this in 2022. When the news picks it up and they're like, more and more Americans are sneaking into Mexico. They're like, I remember that Tim guy said that in like 2022. How did he know? You just got to read signs. Gus on break. How you doing? Yeah, I think the day will come when they will, and that's why we'll have to sneak, because they'll put more regulations on leaving the country. So too many people start doing it, they're gonna be like, nah. Too many people start doing it. Too many people start doing this. What is it? Reclaim your freedom with offshore bank accounts, dual citizenship, foreign companies, and overseas investments. More and more people start doing this. They're gonna be like, nah, we can't do that. We need that money here. Y'all didn't think I was reading Andrew? Y'all didn't know I was reading Andrew like that? Oh, NBC already did a story on it? I'm telling you. But Californians are going everywhere. There's literally a news story every single state, all the bordering countries. Californians fleeing to Canada. Californians fleeing to New Jersey. Californians fleeing to Mississippi. Almost every state. Californians are fleeing to. Ain't nobody trying to be in California. Hey, Kaz Zarn, thank you. Super Chat Squad. So there needs to be a 3 to 12-hour work week. This 5-day work week sucks. Needs to be a 3 12-hour work week. Okay, I see what you're saying. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate the support. Thank you. So what you're saying is work 3 12s. And that's something that there has been more talk, about the 4-day work week. And I think that's something that could save work is the 4-day work week, 4 10s, maybe 3 12s. How many hours is that? 36? 12 might be a lot for some people. I don't know. You was like, Tim, you can work 3 12s and be off 4 days. I would probably do 4 10s. What about y'all? Would you prefer 3 12s or 4 10s? I would go with the 4 10s because honestly, like when I'm working, 3 days off is fine. If I have a job I like, I enjoy being there, 4 10s is cool. 3 days off, that gives me a day to like recuperate, a day to go out and do whatever I want, and then a day to like work around the house. You know what I mean? Like a day of like getting done the stuff I need to get done, laundry, all this other stuff, a day to do absolutely nothing but my fun stuff, and then like a day to recuperate. That's enough for me. I'd be ready to get back to work. You give me Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Monday, I'm going to be, chomping at the bit, ready to go back to work. 4 days off might be too much. And 12-hour days, I'd probably start slacking around hour 9. Just be real. So, yeah, I think I'd do 4 10s I could do. 4 10s I can do. That's a good one, Gaia. The choice to choose each week. That'd be cool. Because, like, yeah, say you want to go out of town or something, and you're like, I'm going to work 3 12s this week. That's why I think all jobs that can be should be based on production. This whole 40 hours a week, and half the time you ain't doing nothing, I think it's dumb. I think all jobs that can be should be based on production. This is the amount of work you got to get done. Once you get it done, I don't care. Go home. This week, I'm going to get it done in 3 12s. Next week, I might do it 4 10s. Cool. Some weeks, I'm going to work 4 days. There could be some time, given the option, you can be like, hey, this week I want to work 5. Screw it. My in-laws are in town. I'm working 5 days. If she talk about my chili, one more, okay. I think it should be based on production and just like I said, if I had a business, and I don't want a business with employees, but if I did, I would make it something that it was like based on production, and like the building would be open all the time, and you just come in and this is what you got to get done. I don't care if you come in at 3 a.m. This is what you know what I mean? As long as come Friday evening, you did everything you needed to do, you get your check. I don't care when you show up. I don't care how long you were. You can come in one day for 1 hour and the next day for 12. I don't care. You got to get this done. LJ, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, appreciate that love. Thank you. So the U.S. just started charging me 400% more to just started charging 400% more to expatriate. They need that out the door tax. Shout out to you for being up on the Nomad Capitalist. Hey. Yeah, man, I just picked that up and got to start really digging into it. And that does not surprise me. I did not know that. But to leave, they charge you even more money. I'm telling. I don't even know when this stuff's true yet. And I can. History has shown me. This doesn't surprise me. History has shown me. If you want to leave, it's going to cost you more money because more people are leaving. By the time the average person gets around to really man, it might be time to leave, it'll be too expensive to leave. Now, I'm not saying leave the country you're born in, folks. I'm just saying look into it. It's good to know your options. Appreciate that, LJ. Thank you. Thank you. Good to know. Thank you. Jamie said, if a job was based on production, the amount of money they pay you would be based on how much time they see you working. It would not be good for the worker. I disagree, Jamie. I feel like they would just say, this is how much you have to get done. This is how much you need to produce this week, and we'll pay you this amount. Why would they base it on how much they see you working? Why would they care? Like if I'm a boss, say I got a widget factory, and I say, this week I need you to produce 1,000 widgets. I will pay you $600. Why do I care? I'm not even gonna come look at you. I don't care. I'm just gonna be looking at the chart. I look at the chart. It's Friday. Ron's got 1,000 widgets. Ron gets his paycheck. Like why? Like you know what I mean? I've worked like when I worked for a hotel that did piecework. That's production. They paid us X amount per hotel room we cleaned. I would literally, once I got in supervisory positions and a manager, I would literally walk past my employees, my team members, rooms they were cleaning, and they'd be sitting on the couch on the phone. They'd be sitting on the couch on the phone. Only place I've ever worked where you could do that, or vice versa. When I wasn't a manager and I was a housekeeper, my boss would come up there and I would be sitting at the table eating a sandwich. She didn't care. When I was the boss, I didn't care. You know why? Because before I left, I would always say, "You gonna be in by 5?" And they'd be like, "Sure." My boss say the same thing. "You gonna be in by 5?" Meaning you're gonna have all the rooms cleaned by 5? Sure. I don't care if you go in every single room and do push-ups for 30 minutes before you start cleaning. As long as all the rooms are done by 5, I don't care. And that's when work's based on production. That's why you get more work done and people are more at ease because no one cares what they see you doing. The payment is based on the production. So that's why I wouldn't care what time you came in. I wouldn't care if I walked by your workstation and you were throwing paper airplanes instead of making widgets. I don't care. As long as you got 1,000 widgets done by Friday, you get your money. And no one's stressed. Because oh snap, I'm behind. I got to come in early Friday and bust these widgets out. That's why I said my company, it'd be open 24/7. You come in and make you widgets whenever you want to. You can come in and not even work. As long as you got 1,000 widgets by Friday, you get your paycheck. I just wish more jobs were like that. Dang, Rebecca said, I helped the company expand 1,400% over 5 years. They made a new position over me and paid the person 4 times my wage. Wow, I quit. They make the kind of money they can figure it out themselves. They make that kind of money. No, hey, that's crazy, Rebecca. Thank you for sharing. That's crazy. Like, I might have quit for that. But wow, that's crazy. Sorry to hear that, Rebecca. That's crazy. But shout out to you for growing the company like that. Shout out to you. Let's give you your props if the company won't. Shout out to you for 1,400%. Let's go. Larry's Anything Goes LLC. Thank you. Super Chat Squad said, this is so true because more Westerners will become expats and retire more in third world countries in the future. Facts. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, Larry. Really appreciate it. Facts. I'm telling more it's cheaper. The healthcare is less expensive and just as good a lot of times. Like it's just, the food ain't as processed. Like Other than, yeah, they might not speak the same language, or it's not your company, the country you're used to, or there might be some cultural things you got to get used to. It's really not a big enough downside. I just think like most people don't know. That's what I'm always like. Get your passport, fly down to Mexico, hang out there for a week. You might be like, nah, this ain't for me. Okay. Or you might be like, why is everything so much cheaper? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just telling you, fly over to Thailand. Why is everything so much cheaper? I literally, the whole time I was in Thailand, I was like, I've been trying to ball in the wrong country. How is this so cheap? And Thailand's wide open for all the other fun stuff you want to do. That people look at you crazy here if you do it. Okay, moving on from that. Um, and it's a beautiful country beyond that. It's a beautiful, gorgeous country. Cost of living so much lower. Cheap. You can live like a king over there on the money you barely scraping by on over here. When the average person realizes that, here's what's going to be the problem. The kids are going to realize it quicker than us. You think all these Instagram millionaires and TikTok millionaires is going to be the new thing. Here's another one. TikTok is about to revolutionize the game with their revenue split. TikTok millionaires is going to be the new thing. It's going to be big. All those kids are going to grow up knowing, yeah, don't live in the States. Go live somewhere else where your money is even more. And that's when it's going to get crazy because like I feel like they'll be, and I'm just like talking here. Who knows what will happen? But I think you could see where like if all the young people are trying to leave, it's like I can just go remotely. I can just work remotely and live in Mexico. If that's the new young person playbook, it's like at 19, you get a remote job, you go live in Mexico. That's a problem because like, that's a whole generation or a large portion of a generation not spending their dollars here. It's gonna get crazy. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Isaiah, hey, good to see you still here, brother. Yeah, move out of America, but making American money. That's the goal. That's the goal. If you can find a way to make the American dollar, but be able to live in another country, even if it's like you stay in America for 6 months out the year, stack your money and live somewhere else for 6 months. It's people start seeing it. Yeah, Antonella, it'll start being a necessity. People will be like, I really don't want to go to Mexico, but I can't live here. I really don't want to learn the Spanish, but I can't live here. I'm broke. I'm telling you, it's interesting time, man. I'm here for it. I just, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, and I can see, 4 or 5 more decades. I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting stuff. Hey, and that's an option too, New Patriots. Make it happen here. If that's you, do it. Hey, Ghana's another one, folks. I got to connect over in Ghana, not a drug connect, like a guy I know over in Ghana. I need to hit him up. I'm going to Ghana one day. I'm gonna check it out. And I do think, and I think influencers will play a big part in this as more and more just like regular people do it. More and more people. It was just like RV life. Nobody was doing it 10 years ago, even like 5 years ago. Maybe it was picking up, but like as more and more regular people start doing it, more and more people and posting about it, more and more people were like, "Oh, I can do that." Because before we just thought it was like the young kids doing whatever, the down van down by the river type people, But when like more and more people was like, "Oh, just regular people are doing it," I think more and more people are going to start just going to different countries and posting about it and sharing it and becoming influencers about it. And then more and more people are going to be like, oh, it's just not for, whatever. It's just regular people like me are moving to the Philippines with their families. Oh, let me try. Portugal's another one. Okay, okay. I see you, Mr. Thomas. Ghana, Portugal, Mexico, Thailand, Indonesia. Keep going. Oh, Colombia, Medellin. Um, I'm trying to get to Mexico City one of these days, man. I got to do it. Oh, you've been to Ghana? Okay, got it. Nice. Whole different pace of life. I like that. Grim Reaper. Pretty much everything gets ruined when everybody starts doing it. That's the cycle. Nobody's doing it. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity. Everybody starts doing it. Everybody's doing it. It sucks. And you go, just go, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is like sort of a life cycles. I'll just say, James. I've only been to one place in Mexico. That was not the vibe I got. Mexico's a huge country, so I imagine it has places that are like that. But the whole country is not a crazy place. Just like America has a lot of crazy stuff going on, but not everywhere. You know, so I would imagine most places have their different areas and regions that. There's a comment that warms my heart on some levels. NBC did a story recently about a growing number of Americans not going to college. Yes, yes, we are winning. By the way, you'll notice I picked topics to talk about that, like I already see where the trend is going. If you ever want to look like you know what you're talking about, discover where the trends are going and start talking about them before everybody realizes it. And then when the trend happens, you can be like, and if you want to figure out how trends are going to happen, look at the past. I just gave you all the guru playbook. None of this is easy. Praveen, you've been to India. I want to go to India too. I want to go to India too. Oh, Guy, if I go to Ghana, I'm definitely going. I'm definitely gonna. Yeah, I'll hit you up, Nikki. Exactly. I was in Atlanta when people started. When people just started. I was there when the influx started coming to Atlanta. I honestly feel like when we moved there, and my dad bought our house there, we kind of came in right before. We kind of came in the golden years. It was like the very beginning of white flight. No disrespect. That's what they called it. I didn't make up the term. They called it white flight. This was the beginning. I think even the people we bought our house from said, like, yeah, they've been calling it white flight. They were white people. They're like, yeah, I've heard that there's a term for it. They call it white flight. I'm like, don't say that to us. But like that was when like black people really started coming to Atlanta. And in the beginning, it was still cool. Now it's just, you know, you could buy a decent house, decent price. Now it's just, yeah, it didn't come around in the cycle. Getting expensive. Goddess, I'm with you. Living in Mexico, working in San Diego. Is that what? Yeah, yeah. I actually had a friend who was doing that. I had a friend who was doing that. Oh yeah, we was talking about people not going to college. Hey, hey, because it's going to disrupt the game. There's nothing wrong with college. Um, it's going to disrupt the scam if people stop going. And if the scam just gets disrupted long enough, then college will have to get back to where it needs to be. If college was affordable, I got no problem with it. It's just not affordable now. So if we disrupt the scam and colleges start hurting and they have to drop their prices, or a lot of the fake ones go out of business, the ones that aren't worth it go out of business, then that should bring the price down. Or, if college is too expensive, it'll just be the schools where the degree is worth it. People are only going to go to the places where it's worth it. So, yeah. I am not from, I've never been to Ethiopia. Sorry. Oh, that's interesting, Scott. Scott said, I work for a college, and I can tell you they're secretly concerned about how few men are going to college. In classrooms, it's like 46 women and 2 guys in most classrooms. Interesting. I suddenly want to go to college. I said, really? 46 women and 2 men. Where you say you work? Interesting. I bet you could just have all kind of fun down at the community college. None but women, a couple dudes. Denver, they got a community college in Denver. Interesting. I'm gonna look into that. Actually, I'm writing that down. I want to look into that. Men not going to college. What are we doing? What are the men doing instead? Fortnite, Call of Duty. Interesting. I'll tell you. I research this stuff. People tell me stuff. I look into it. Johan, how's it going? Johan said, I'm a professional programmer, and to be honest, I didn't learn anything from college. Out of all the courses I took, only 4 were about actually outdated programmers. I'm telling you, man, it's a scam a lot of times. I'm telling you, people figuring it out. They're figuring it out. JT, I gave up on the girl at Target. Actually, she hasn't been in there last couple times I was there, but I gave up. It's caused me undue stress. So that was just one that got away. I gave up. I'm done. Nikki said, college is a scam. I'm a nurse and still have student loans. I'm so drained by it. I'm not actively working as a nurse because I'm over healthcare too. Hey, I think that's a snapshot of America right there. Went to college. I'm a nurse. Over healthcare because things that are going on. Still got the student loan stuff. I ain't even nursing no more, but I'm still nursing this debt. I'm telling you, dude, that's my problem with college is the price. If it was affordable, I wouldn't care. Go. It's the price, man. And they throw it on you at such a young age. If college was as much as it costs, but they didn't want you to go till you was 30 and you'd learn a lot more about life and money and finances, cool. If you 30 and take on $60,000 worth of student loan debt, I'm like, I get it. You're 30. You knew better. You knew what you were doing. You don't at 18. You don't at 17, 19. You don't. I don't care. Even the people who like got student loans and paid them back quickly or whatever, I think even most of them would be like, yeah, I really did. It worked out for me. But I don't know I don't think I knew what I was doing. Even they'll be like, man, if I knew what I know now, I still probably would have done it. Even though it works. You know what I mean? It's just not, you're too young to make that kind of money decisions. If you was 18 and you went to a car lot and they sold you a $60,000 car, your parents could go up there and raise holy hell and get out of it. Because all they have to do is be like, this is an 18-year-old. This kid is not. I'm calling some type of lawyer. You bamboozled my child into buying this car. This kid's 18. A $60,000 car. You're out of your mind. No. Promise you get out of it. They wouldn't want no trouble. But the college does it, and it's like, well, it's for his future, ma'am. Actually, it'd be the parents telling them to do it. It's crazy. No one. Next generation not doing it. They not trying to be engineers. They try to be TikTok famous. They can't wait to turn 18 so they can get an OF page. These kids been listening to Timothy Ward. They try to do seasonal work for 5 years. Have some experiences. Meet some people. Do some stuff. Be some beautiful places. They not trying to go to college. These kids trying to do some stuff. They not trying to do no debt. These kids, see, and y'all think these kids now are so blah, blah, blah. They smarter than y'all think. Okay. I believe in the kids. All my friends are under 30. Not all of them. A lot of them are. You're right, Ephraim. That's the plan. They get you in debt early. Every pimp knows if you get them young, you got them. That's the first rule in the pimping game. Get them young, you got them for life. Same with that. Get them young, you got them for life. They just following the book. It's a good game if you're, on the top. It's a good hustle if you're reaping the benefits. 70% of people going to college. If you own a college, you're making cash. You've been making money hand over fist. Too much money. It's not like you're putting the money into like upgrading the colleges. It's not like you had to buy like new curriculum. It's the same old stuff. If there's new books, the kids have to pay for the books. And if you do update the college a little bit, come on. They was updating the colleges back when college was affordable. What do you think they're doing with all this extra money? It's the same curriculum. They paying the teachers about the same. Where are those millions going? I don't know how we got so deep on the college topic. I just go in. We just talk. I don't pick the top. I go where I'm sent. Hey, that's awesome with your son, Sean. Let him go his own path, making six figures as a welder. Nice. Oh, all the men are going into trades. Okay, cool. I'm with you, roaming. Yeah. You hop on YouTube, learn anything you need. YouTube University. University of Phoenix. I think they're gone. I'm glad we're reinforcing a long-term strategy of exiting the matrix. That's awesome. That's what we do. See, they had you, Isaiah. They had you. You was about to be sucked into that college trap. Then you found seasonal work, and now you just opportunities unlimited. We're doing good work out here, folks. We're doing good work out here. We doing good work out here, man. Come on, man. We doing good work, bro. Like, yeah, man. Appreciate you sharing that, Isaiah. Kashif, life's been treating me good, man. Life has its ups and downs, but I'm blessed. Blessed, brother, blessed. I was waiting for the train today, and I was just looking around. Just going out of town, have lunch with a friend of mine. I'm just looking around. I was just blessed to be outside. You know what I mean? At that time, it wasn't super hot. The trees. There was some nice apartment complexes. Like, it wasn't right by the highway, but even that was cool. I was just train coming and going. I was like, man, this is amazing, bro. This is cool. Like, I'm good. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It was a good moment. Praveen, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you, Praveen. My boy Praveen coming through. Praveen's gonna run a Weekman's one day. That sounds run a Weekman's. That sounds like a track term. She ran a Weekman's. It's a store. Okay. Will you be hired if you put YouTube on the resume? I went to YouTube University. Y'all know me. I'm not an advocate of lying, but if you learn something and you learn it good enough from the internets, just lie and say you have a degree in it. I'm not telling you to lie. Let me rephrase. You could just lie and say you got a degree from some school. All they care about is you know how to do the job. So if they hire you to do a job, and you say, yeah, I went to so-and-so and got a bachelor's, and you do the job, are they really going to check? 97. I have read the 48 Laws of Power. Yes. I've also read The Art of Seduction. I had to stop reading that one, though. It was a little scummy. I'm not a big believer in seducing people. 48 Laws of Power can screw you up, too. Because, I don't really care about power, so... But I do, there's, rule number 1 is my favorite. Never outshine the master. I see people mess this up all the time. People mess this one up all the time. People, too much ego, they always try to outshine the master. It ends up coming back to bite them. Respect the hierarchy, folks. Even if you plan to do a coup in an end run around the master, you gotta play your part. Give the master his or her due until you make your move. People can't do that. Even if you're not sincere about it, you cannot outshine the master while you need the master. I see this at work all the time. Unless you're ready to quit, you can't say just whatever you want to the boss. And you definitely can't be up in there trying to look better than the boss. They will get you up out of there. I don't care if you came up with that idea. It's the boss's idea. They will get you up out of there if you run up in there saying it's your idea. I could go on for days about not trying to. People don't get. That's one people never get. They can't do it. Rule number one, they can't do it. And you got to work. It's hard, especially if the master isn't, as smart as you, or as intelligent as you, or as ambitious as you. It is hard work to make sure you stay under the radar until you make your move. I'm good. I'm good at playing my role. You'll think Tim don't know nothing. Tim does his job. He goes home. Tim don't know. I don't know nothing. Until they put up the job listing for the next manager, and Tim suddenly dang, you know all that? I'm just saying. Praveen, I've been a boss before. Yeah. I'm actually pretty good at it. I'm actually a decent leader, if I may say so myself. I mean, when you got employees gave me this. My team members gave me this. I didn't buy this for myself. They gave me this. That's why I keep it. This means a lot to me. I earned this. So, Any ideas for seasonal work for older folks, Penny? I would think about the type of work you'd want to do. And, realizing most seasonal jobs are at touristy places. So I would think about what is the type of job I want to do. Just an example, working in a retail shop, maybe. I know a lot of older people, they do that. They work in the gift shop. They work in the little general store, not too physical. You can sit up there, run a register, talk to people all day. I would think about jobs like that. And then I would go to a website like Coolworks and then search for jobs like that. Actually, Coolworks might have hold on. I think Coolworks might actually have a seniors page. They had a seniors page, though. But they smart over there at Coolworks. They smart. I got to reach out to them again. They smart over there. Look at this. Penny, you work for Coolworks. This is why you brought this up. They got a pay. They got an older and bolder. They already got the job. They got it done for you. They got an older and bolder page. Bam. They smart over there at Coolworks. I like Coolworks.com. Yeah, I put the link in the chat. So yeah. There you go, Penny. Meow's Garage. Woke up in that quiet quitting your job move today. It happens. Tom, is quiet quitting as we speak, working in Australian public service. They're dangling that carrot. Boy, they will dangle that carrot. You got to ask yourself, has anyone ever got that carrot that wasn't related to the boss? They will dangle that carrot. You like a greyhound in a race. None of them dogs get that rabbit. You know, in them greyhound races, they have the mechanical rabbit that goes around the dogs chase. You got dogs been running 5-6 years. They never got that rabbit. They don't even give them rabbit stew for Den. That's us. Just they dangle that carrot, we run. Never get it. Or you get it. They'll dangle that raise, be a 1% raise. You do the math. You're like 27 cents. They're like, yeah. Over in accounting, they got 1%. Promise you that promotion. Never get it. Hey, Penny, appreciate you saying that. Said I'd work for you. You seem like a great guy. Thank you. Thank you. And I like to think I'm a decent boss. Like, I have my failings, but I'm a big believer in it's a team. Like when I was in housekeeping, y'all got the hardest job as the housekeepers. My job as a manager is to make sure you have everything you need to get your job done and also be there for you when you need me. I'm here to put out the fires that arise throughout the day so you can get the rooms clean. I'm not better than you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Like, somebody has to pass out the list and all that. Somebody has to make the decisions, but we're a team. I'm just here to make sure you can get your job done. That's all it is. And if that means I need to get in them rooms and strip rooms and make beds and help you out and all that, cool. If that means I got to write you up because you slacking, well, that's part of it too. You know what I mean? But like, we're just trying to get this done. It's really a team. Somebody's got to be the captain. It's the way teams work. But like, my job is really to help you do your job. Like, that's the way I always looked at it. Irene, I never applied at Taco Bell because the one by my house now is ghetto. And I'm like, I don't know. I really ain't trying to travel across town to work at the Taco Bell. Ever worked at a high-end hotel? I've never worked at like a super high-end hotel. No. But I will say the condo hotel I cleaned in Big Sky, the rooms were going for like $800 a night. So there's that, So that kind of gives you an idea of the clientele we had. Luis checking in. Hey, how's it going, man? I've been good. Brief recap of the past year. Left. I was in Montana around this time last year. I left Montana in October. Went down to road trip for a while. Ended up in Arizona. My friend Abby got married. Stayed in Arizona for a while. Road trip some more. Ended up in Florida. Spent time with friends and family down there. Friends I consider family down there. Spent a month in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Came to the Denver area. Oh, no. Went back to Arizona to the Grand Canyon. Worked at the Grand Canyon maybe about a month or so. February-ish, maybe. And then came to Colorado. Got an apartment in April. Been here since then. Yeah, I think I'm sure I left some stuff out. I don't be doing I be doing. I just do stuff. It all runs together. Hey, Tom, appreciate that. Love your videos, Tim. They make me feel happy and at peace. Mission accomplished. That's what we're trying to do. That's awesome. Thanks. What's up, EB23? Is there ever a job I got that I felt embarrassed for people to see me there? Nah. When I was younger, could there have been jobs? Maybe, but now, no. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, what are they gonna do? Laugh at me? Okay. Tell me when I go work at Taco Bell, I'm gonna do a video. I'm 45 years old working at Wendy's, working at Taco Bell. Come laugh at me. But buy a junior bacon cheeseburger while you're here. We gotta move this meat. They still got junior bacon cheeseburger. I would work at the Wendy's. The Wendy's down the road. It's weird. It's like a very like businessy district. And then there's a Wendy's. I stayed in a hotel over there before I got my apartment, and really nice hotel. And there's like no food places around. This is very like businessy. And I mean, there's a couple food places, but they're, the little strip malls have like juice joints, fancy Starbuckses, maybe like an Italian restaurant. So it's like very kind of like businessy and upscale. And then there's a Wendy's. So I was at the Wendy's. Um, Thanks, Sarah. And thank you, Speaker. You're a 5-star man. Yes. Said McDonald's used to be embarrassing. Now they make $15 an hour. I'm telling you. Fast food and like low key kept up with the cost of living better than a lot of places. Like I want to work at Wendy's, but I just want to like clean the lobby. I don't want to be in the back. It's too hot. Maybe in the wintertime. I'm not trying to breathe in all that grass. I just want to like clean the lobby. In the bathrooms. Maybe in a pinch run the register. I'd be like, y'all can't get them kiosks people can register. I just want to clean the lobby. Blow the leaves off the parking lot. Oh, at Taco Bell, I think I could chef up some burrito supremes and some Mexican pizzas. I could do that. There's no fry machine at the Taco Bell. I feel like the fry machine bothers me. Taco Bell, I could be back there with the, I could do that. I feel like I'd be fast. I feel like I could whip a burrito together quicker than most of y'all. I feel like I could put a burrito together quick. I might miss a few ingredients. They'd be like, "What a meat? It's a beef burrito. There's no beef. Beef shortage, man. Keep it moving." I feel like I could whip. Yeah. I could do Taco Bell. I could do Taco Bell. Ooh, maybe a pizza place. Nah, I don't know if I could. I just feel like that's how you get carpal tunnel. Whipping the pizza. Do you have to do that? Do you have to whip the pizza? Or do they have a machine? I don't know. That just seems too much work. Different toppings, every pizza. If there was just a like Little Caesars, if all they did was hot and ready's. If there was a Little Caesars pizza where all they made was hot and ready's, I'd work there. Come back here, you make pepperoni pizza. Any other? No. You just make pepperoni pizza. But what if you just make pepperoni pizza? I could do that. What's up, Sassy Diva, JJ? That is true, Tom Reagan. Americans are addicted to fast food. They gotta keep them open. They had to be essential. You couldn't go to the DMV and get a tag for your car, get your driver's license renewed, but you could go get that Mickey D's. You couldn't pay the taxes on your house in person, but you could get Mickey D's all through the Demic, and the liquor store stayed open. Yeah, Irene, I've seen crimes taking place. I never snitched though, so I didn't see nothing. I'll say this: I've been in areas where they said crimes took place. I didn't see nothing. I've been in vehicles where they said people did certain things. I didn't see nothing. Oh, hey, yeah. If you lose your job, you got to work some jobs, work them. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's telling of our society once again that we think certain jobs are demeaning or beneath us. If you need the money, work the job. You know. Fernando, thank you. Hey, glad the funk video can lift your spirits. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Richard, I definitely think quiet quitting is growing. We were talking this before. I don't think we've seen I think we're slap in the middle of it, if that. I think we're in the beginning of it. And here's the thing: the more the media picks up on it, as I feel they're about to, the more people are going to do it because it becomes socially acceptable. When you're sitting at the job and everybody's talking about the quiet quitting news story that was on the news last night, what do you think is going to happen to production at work? Because they're going to be like, Bob over there quiet quitting. This is going to start as a joke. Look at Bob over there quiet quitting, QQing. Bob over there QQing. And then you're going to be like, I ain't doing this today. So I think it's growing. Yeah, I think it's growing. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think we have to fix work before that trend goes away. Just like, the great resignation. You got to fix work before you get people to want to work, you know? And for the people that got to work, they not going to be trying to, they're going to be quiet with it. Carmel, just sending your email resignation. Nice. Nice. Don't even go back. I mean, Topeka, I'm one of those people, resumes don't scare me. If I knew how many people was like, yeah, I want to quit, but it looked bad on my resume. Ain't nobody calling? You know how many jobs I've quit? I put them all on my resume. Nobody calls. Now, a lot of people have bigger corporate, higher end, real jobs than me, but like, I put a resume out with like no dates on it, and I list the jobs. And I literally last few days ago had a hotel call me for housekeeping manager position, and he was talking about my resume. He was like, "Oh yeah, I see on your resume this," and he never was like, when did you work there? Actually, I was talking with someone for it was actually nice. It was like the Grand Hyatt or something for like a housekeeping supervisor position. And she asked me, she's like, "Why are there no dates on your resume?" And I was like, "Well, I did seasonal work and I worked at a lot of different jobs more than once. So I'm like, it was crazy to put the dates on there. Didn't say I quit them all. I didn't quit them all. But you know what I mean? So I think you work around the resume. If they ask you, why don't you work there anymore? I wanted to, I had a better opportunity. They're not going to call. No one's calling. Some people might, but I don't think the majority of the people will. Pre-shot, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Did you believe in bad mouthing a really bad employer? I do not. I do not believe in bad mouthing as a rule, just like in general. Like it doesn't get you anywhere. Like, Super Chat Squad, thank you. Like it doesn't get you anywhere. If you do it on an interview, it looks bad. If you do it to other people, they don't care. The last thing your friends care about is your crappy job because they've heard you badmouth them before. You come home from work, your wife does not want to hear you bad mouthing your past employer. Like, I think it's kind of low budget. Like, there's some places I worked and I explained while I left, but I try to always say the positive. And then at the end, I'm always like, well, hey, it's their company. If they want to run it that way, that's fine. At the end of the day, the reason I left is because they have the right to run their business the way they want to. I have the right to leave it. But I try not to like really bad mouth, any company or person. I just think it's kind of low budget. What up, urban lady? John Doe said, I have a white collar sales job and no one ever checks my resume. I lie so bad on it, man. Years of work experience. Yeah, especially these days, man. I think people ain't as worried about resume. That's what I think it's another one of those like 1990 things that they've programmed us to believe is super important. I've literally recently had people thank me for applying. Thank you for applying and for getting back to us. They not checking Nah. Antonella said, I quit so many jobs, always been able to find another one. And I think it helps to have that attitude. It's like, I was looking for a job when I found this one, I can find another one. But if you're like, before you even quit, worried about your resume, they got you. They got you. They got you. I mean, worst case scenario, when they ask you like, "What's up here?" I quit. I didn't like it. That's not an automatic not getting the job. Sarah, I'm with you on that. Spending less money so you need less money. That's step one of living free. Lower your bills, pay off your debt, don't spend a lot of money. That's like three steps. I was like three steps. Three small steps and one big step. It's a conglomerate step. But yeah, you don't need to, a lot of us don't need to make more. We need to spend less. It's not rocket science, but we be out here blowing money and be broke. Big P90, I'm with you. Work to live, not live to work. Facts. Oh, Fernando, that's awesome. 4 months sober. That's awesome. Let's clap that up. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Yeah, 97. Just trying to make rent money. The rest of your time's for you. Nice. Nice. Facts 12. The people who were supposed to be checking your references and resume, they're quiet quitting too. Even if it says call and check, they like, yeah, checked, stamp checked, whatever. They don't care. It's different times, people. Sergio said, I gave up trying to move up the corporate ladder so I can make more money to pay for more crap. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Most of us all had a time in our life where like we had no bills, no real responsibilities. The money we made covered everything. Then we started buying stuff. And then when we made more money, we started thinking we need to live like we made more money. And it just keeps going. But if we stayed living kind of on that level we were at initially, we'd be fine right now. Penny C, thank you, thank you, thank you. With the Canadian cash, the Canadian cash. I see you, Penny. Thank you so much, Super Chat Squad. I appreciate that support. Definitely helps. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Penny. McNeil been living off Atlanta temp agencies for the past 15 years. Nice. They don't know about that temp agency life. I keep telling people. People like, am I how to pay the bills once you quit your job? Video. People keep arguing with me about temp agencies. Somebody the other day really said this. I don't like temp agencies because they take a portion of the money that the company pays you and keep it. I'm like, yeah, because they have to make a profit. You think they're gonna like find you a job for free? So you think there's companies out there that just go out and get these connections and work with these companies to find you a job, and they're not supposed to make any money off of it? You gotta think. I'm like, but I try to be sympathetic, empathetic. Some people don't think, but I'm like, you gotta think about this stuff before you type it, please. Of course, they take a portion of the money. That's how they pay the people who work at the temp agency. I don't. Yeah, they don't know about that temp agency. Like I keep trying to tell people. I keep trying to tell people. What's worked for me as far as passive income? Honestly, Luis, like content creation has been my by far best thing that's worked for me with passive income. The other stuff I do, it's so small. I still make money writing articles, but yeah, content creation has been the biggest one. Guy, I think there are some, like the day labor places pay same day, And you might could find it these days. You might could find a tip agency that would same day pay. They might have some of them might have a cash out feature. You could probably find that. Yeah. Retire and go. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Said living before working priorities. Thank you for this, Tim. I quietly quit a year ago, and now it's time to wrap it up. Let's enjoy 2022 and 2023. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Hey, and two broke girls. Thank you. PayPal Squad. I appreciate that. Retire and go. Always good to see you. Let's enjoy 2022 and 2023. Let's do it. Super Chat Squad. We in the building. We all about enjoying ourselves, living over working. Let's get it. We getting fired up today. I'm with you, Antonella. If your job is making you literally sick, even if you stand, what do you stand for? You're getting sick. Like, yeah, you got to go. There's other jobs, and you'll thank yourself. Healthy broke you for a small bit of time. We'll thank you for not making money sick you at the old job. Game Cop, there is a website called hubpages.com. Did I save the link? Hold on. I got a link. But there's a website called hubpages.com. I'm big on link. I don't think I saved the link. I'll just do the regular one. Let me get it for y'all. It's a rare occasion. Tim, don't put affiliate link. And basically you can write articles, and if they accept them, which they're pretty good at accepting, they even have like editors that work for them that'll clean your articles up. They have to do a lot of that on my stuff. Part of the reason we haven't written a book yet. But if they accept them and they put them on, they have like a network of websites. So a lot of my Greyhound bus web articles are on their, is it called wanderwisdom.com, but it is their travel website. And then you get like a revenue split. So they put ads on the articles and you get a portion of the revenue. Actually pretty simple. If you're a good writer, there's people who make $1,000 a month doing it on there. Like they got testimonials, and a lot of people making $400 a month. Some people making like 1,000. But like if you're a good writer and you know anything about like SEO, like search engine optimization, and you like writing, you can just bust out articles. You get all you need is a few to get like good ranking on Google or Bing or whatever. You can make some money, and it's pretty passive. Every now and then they'll send you an email. It's like something broke in this article. Like sometimes links will break, or a lot of my articles, I'll be honest, I use as like a backdoor to my videos. And so every now and then I'll private a video and I put it in an article, and they'll send me an email like this link's broken, article's broken. But yeah, so I've been writing for HubPage. I don't even write a lot anymore. The articles I got on there do okay, and I have a lot of affiliates. So when I have my affiliate link on hand and someone signs up through me, I get like a portion of their revenue. It comes out of HubPage's side because it's a revenue split. So when your articles, HubPages makes 60%, you make 40%. I think I get 5% out of the 60% that HubPages get. So honestly, that's where a lot of the money I make now comes from, is just that. But I feel like that makes me, because I don't do much of anything with it, $100, $130, I don't know, a month. I don't know. Like I wrote an article the other day for the first time in like 2 years or something crazy like that, because I wanted to push my sleeping in your car video a little more. And that was going to do well. But yeah, I mean, they send me a check, and I ain't done nothing in 2 years. So that's cool. Carmel. Stress is a good reason to quit, and definitely feeling unfulfilled. Lack of all those are good reasons. Like there's no good reason, no reason you quitting is a bad reason. If it makes sense to you, quit. Like quit. If you can't do that, quit. But if you choose to. But like there's no if it's a good reason you to quit. It's your life. You could be like, I don't like the shoes the person who sits across from me wears. I'm quitting. Quit. Like yeah, it's your life. We got to let go of this ideal of like there's rules to work. If you don't want to work there, don't work there. All you got to do is pay your bills. All you got to do is pay your bills. However you figure out to do that is on you. There's no rules that like you have to work at a real job doing certain stuff. Nah, bro. Like you're this age, so you should not just you just gotta pay the bills, bro. I'm with you, Antonella. Can't stress how important it is to live frugally. That literally buys you your freedom. That's why I did that video on like side hustling, living frugal. Either cut your expenses or raise your earnings. And it's a lot easier for most of us in this society to cut our spending. Cut your spending, live frugally, or make more money. Or you can do both, and then you really speed up your trip to financial freedom. If you live frugally and start making more money, you're on a fast track to buying your own freedom. And anyone will tell you, boy, like once you get there, it's like amazing. It's amazing. Game Cop, yeah, man, I'm telling you, Hub Pages is good, man. Like you can make some people, the people who write, like the people who love to write and can push out articles, because then you learn the game of like, oh, what articles do well in search engines. I'll go ahead and throw you one. List, do amazing. You'll notice if you type in like how to something, the articles with like 85 ways, 12 ways, always will come in at the top. It's numbers. People like numbers, computers like numbers. You can just sit and crank out a list. Top 15 toy ideals for Christmas. And then you get into the seasonal stuff. You know, every Christmas, top 15 gifts for 2023. It's a no-brainer. Or you can just have the same one and just update the date. I do that on some of my stuff. I have articles I've written in 2019. Top side hustles for 2019. Every year I just go in and change the date. But you get into the seasonal stuff. Best Halloween, and once you learn the game, you'll know how to just crank out the content and get it to like, you'll learn how to like rank. Tell you, if you love writing, I just don't like writing. I like to have written. I just don't like writing. But if you like to write, by the way, folks, if you're enjoying the stream or even just, you know, bored right now, if you mind hitting the like button for your boy, really help your boy out. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Game Cop, you get paid every time someone views the article and like views the ads. You know, they don't just pay you for like writing an article. No, like if you get an art, like I got them Greyhound bus articles that still make me a few dollars every month. I wrote those in like 2018, and they're still number one on Google. One or two of them, like one of them is number one. I think the How to Stay Safe on Greyhound is like number one in Google still. So I mean, you can get it's passive. You can get paid forever. What was this? There's something I wanted to. Oh, pre-shot. Thank you. Super Chat Squad says, why do fam and friends act scared when you quit? I think people have your best interest at heart, and some people are not as adventurous as we might be. A lot of adventurous people in present company. So for us, we might be like, I'm gonna quit, find another job, whatever. If you've kind of towed the line and not been very adventurous in that aspect, or you might have had your same job for, you know, it's scary because people think they care about you, so they think you're they think you're going to be broke or you're ruining your future when you quit. You know, so like that's understandable, but then that's when you just show them that like that's not true. I'm going to figure this out. Omar says, Tim, how do you do with anxiety and worrying about the future? One of the things I do real quick is realize that like worrying doesn't change the future. If worrying worked, you wouldn't have any problems because you would have worried them away. So I like to think on that a lot. It's just like this is not helping. All through my life, I worried and it never made problems go away. So I'm just like, I'm trying to become very accepting. There will be some things in life that no matter what I do, bad stuff is going to happen to me. This might be one of them. Whatever situations I'm going through right now, this could be one of them, or it might not be. My worrying about it will not change whether it is or not. If there's something I can do, I do it. If not, I don't. And I'm thank y'all for hitting the like button. Thank you. And honestly, like I just try to get to the place where it's just like it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Worrying doesn't change anything. And it's a struggle, it's a battle, but you can get better at it. You'll see your worries start to come down if you spend more less time just because normally what we do is we just allow ourselves to get on the worry wheel. And then we just get on that worry wheel and then we're like forever. There's something that's happening a month from now, and you spend a month worrying about it and nothing changes. I know in 30 days this is gonna happen or might happen. You worry about it for 29 days, changes nothing, and then on the 30th day, you like do whatever you gotta do, or you wait for whatever's gonna happen. I try to look at it like I would rather spend them 29 days enjoying myself as opposed to worrying and having the same thought process. We literally, day in and day out, will feed ourselves the same worrisome messages. Oh man, I don't want that to happen because that'll happen. And then that'll happen. You wake up tomorrow. Oh, I don't want that to happen because that'll happen and that'll happen. You wake up the next day. Oh, I don't want it's the same thing. You're on that worry wheel, same messages, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm just like, hey, the worry don't work. I might as well, enjoy myself. So that if what I'm worried about does come to pass, I had some fun beforehand. So that's what I try to think about. Jack, I definitely think if you wanna quiet quit, bad customers is good. There's no bad reason to quit. If it's bothering you and you're like, I want to quit, what? Like what? Yeah. Don't feel guilty. They won't feel guilty if they gotta fire you. They're never like, is this a good reason to fire Tim? If they try to get you up out of there, they're gonna get you up out of there. Oh. And honestly, it's better. Like if I'm working somewhere and the customers are driving me crazy, that's gonna affect my customer service. I would much rather quit and then bring somebody in there who the customers don't face. Who are just like, oh, I'll pay these people. You know what I mean? Like if we didn't settle for jobs we don't like, the right people would end up in the right jobs. There might be a job I love that someone else would never do. There might be a job I would never do that someone else loves. So I'm like, it falls to us, I think, to like find employment we like. And then that's more likely that someone else is going to be able to, you know what I mean? Like it would all work out, I think. Hey, go for it, Game Cop. Glad I could put you on to it. Let me know how it goes. Hey, Jaleesa, thank you, thank you, thank you. Jaleesa, Super Chat Squad. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Oh, that's a good one, guy. Top 10 supplements for fighting fatigue and stress. That's the title right there. Top 10 supplements for fighting fatigue and stress for under $20. Something like that. I'll tell you, stuff like that. Yeah. You yeah, that'll pop. That's actually a good video title, by the way, too. And then like you can play the videos off the articles. English major. The one I'm talking about, Hub Pages. It's you don't submit them for payment. It just is it's an ad revenue share. So once you join their ad program or whatever, it's not like you write an article and they'll pay you $50. It's a revenue share. So like the following month, I think they pay through PayPal. Yeah, but it's Hub Pages. I'll put the link again. I wish I had my affiliate link. I'd be getting 5%. It's okay though. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here with the info. But thank you, Jaleesa. Dave checking in from Hawaii. Okay. All right. All right. Somebody's getting put in timeout because they're acting crazy. Yeah, coffee lover. I eat family. You get friends of family. They bug. They criticize. Family and friends gonna do what they do. I'm just like, are you paying my bills? No. Am I paying my bills? Yes. So let me pay my bills. They low key mad that you get to spend a week or two at the house because you quit and they don't get to. That's what part of it is too. That's why people get on you when you quit because they low key mad that you taking some time off and they can't. Richard, Rico coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see you. Hey Tim, how you living? I could have used this live feed an hour and a half ago when my dashing sucked earlier. Monday and Wednesday was hot though. Nice. DoorDash King. We got the DoorDash King in the building. I appreciate the love. Appreciate that love, Richard. Glad to hear that Monday and Wednesday was hot. Does that mean that tomorrow, Friday, it is Friday tomorrow, right? Does that mean Friday's gonna be hot? Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Let's go. DoorDash King. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. I put 97 in timeout because they got a little weird all of a sudden. They just started, acknowledge me, talk to me. That just, I don't know. That always bugs me because I'm like, I try to acknowledge, like I can't acknowledge every comment. Ooh, Angela, I would be a good sponsor, Hub Pages. I don't even know if they American. Actually, I think that doesn't matter with sponsorships. I don't know. But they didn't change owners and yeah, it changes. It's been changed over the years. My PayPal came from a totally different company. But every so often, like now you get a check, it'll be like so and so sent you. And I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, oh, because I forget about it. Like I always forget about it because like I literally don't ever go on there. And like they send a PayPal like the 28th every month. And I just don't. I'll be doing, and I'll be like, you got it's PayPal, like you got money, and I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, oh snap, I forgot. I do get some free money. I do get a little free, but yeah, the Hub Page is very passive. And yes, I reported on my taxes. I reported on my taxes every year, folks. Got to pay your taxes. Antonella, loving the Dollar Tree. Get your toiletries, cleaning supplies from there. You can flip stuff from the Dollar Tree. I used to buy puzzles from the Dollar Tree for $1, sell them $5. Little Spider-Man puzzles. You could ship them for, I think it was like $1.06 to ship them. $3 profit. Hand over fist, buddy. Hand over fist. $3 profit on a $1 investment. And you got positive feedback score. Parents loved it. Parents loved it because when I first started selling them, I'm like, are people going to be mad they paid $5 for this? Oh, I get great feedback. Parents loved it. Oh, my kid loves the Spider-Man puzzle. I'm telling you, there's money out there, folks. You just got to figure out. I'm telling you, there's money out there. You can find something you like doing if you want to run your own business, side hustle, whatever. You can find some. You like to shop? If you always shopping, that means you know prices. When you see a deal that looks like it might be easy to ship, buy a couple extra, throw it on the eBays, throw it on the Etsy's. Can you sell something like that on Etsy? I don't know. Throw it on the eBay. I'm telling you. Stuffed animals, see? And a $3 profit adds up when you 10x it. It's all right. I can do, how many of those can I do in a day? You find a hot product, you can sell 10 in a day. Like it's just telling you. Nice, Richard. Okay, I'm seeing the money you're making. Okay, okay. 2 hours. Nice, nice. I'm this close to hopping back. This close to hopping back in the. I sometimes I'll like gesture with my hands off camera. I'm this close. To, what? I'm this close to hopping back in the Instacart game because I'm like, I can go over to the rich part of town, down the road a little bit, and just sit around there. I'm loving these suggestions. Tell you, all you gotta do is find stuff that you can get for cheap that other people want to buy. Flip it. The graphic for me, my thumbnail, Angela, I got from Fiverr. Yeah, I got that from Fiverr. I forgot I used that. Um, yeah, there's a vendor on Fiverr, and they can take a picture and turn it into a cartoon. So I'm probably gonna do some more of those. I think it was how much was that? I think I sprung for the extra Fiverr.com, Fiverr. I think I sprung for the silver instead of the bronze level. So they were supposed to. I thought they were going to put a background in it, and they didn't. But I think it might be like $12 or something. Like it wasn't bad. So I think I might do some more of this. But I want a background. I thought I paid for a background. I may have to check on that. But it's pretty. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I like it. I'll be on Fiverr. I tell you, I'll be on Fiverr getting all kinds of stuff. I used to get my thumbnails done on there, but I try to do it myself now. But yeah, that one I was gonna use it in a different thumbnail, and today I was like, oh, I can just use that. So I see you, Richard. Working a lot, 5 days at the full-time job, 6 days a week door dashing. No life, but you have a goal and a plan. That's all that matters, bro. Like, what does Dave Ramsey say? Live like no one else now, so you can live like no one else in the future. I respect it. Get a goal, grind it out, hustle it out. I think hustle culture and grind culture is cool when you have a plan, especially if that plan involves freedom down the line. People who just like grind and hustle and have no plan and blow all their money when they're doing that, then you're stuck having to grind and hustle. But if you're like, man, I got this plan, I got to do this for now, then I'm whatever. Respect it. Respect. Hey, Chrissy, what goals am I focused on now that I haven't achieved? Where's my goals list? Let's see. Where is my list? Where did I put all my papers? Oh, here they are. Let's see. Like I got a goals list, but like I don't know if I'm focused on any of them. Like I'm really like there's none really that I'm really like. Pretty much all the goals on this list are like long term. For example, one of them is like, and this I just put it on the goals list. It's not something I really care about, but it's a goal. 250,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's not something I'm dialed in, focused on. If it happens, it happens. When it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? So most of my goals are kind of like that. That is, one of my goals on my goals list is genuinely helping others. Not something you really have to like get laser focused on. It's just something you do. Most of the goals on my list are like just things you do, or things that like, I got get on a radio show as one. When it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? So I don't really have any like dialed in laser focused goals at the moment. It's just kind of things I want to do that like when it happens, it happens. Good question though. I like that. Yeah, I try to give myself. There was a time when I was very, goals, 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 do every day, and I'm like, a lot of my goals are more like spread out. Not that there's anything wrong with the other way, but I'm just, you know. Praveen, yes, someone has donated the maximum amount before, which was blew my mind. Blew my mind. That was crazy. But yeah, someone has. Blessed. Hashtag blessed. God is good. Universe is abundant. Hashtag abundance. But yeah, that happened before. Mark, I said, what would you do with your life if you were financially independent? Same thing I'm doing now. You know, I blessed to say, like I'd be doing the internet stuff, be traveling when I got the urge, hanging out with my friends. You know, it's just, I don't blessed to say I'm pretty much doing what I want to do. Like, you know, it's a like when I say I'm blessed, I feel blessed, man. Like, Jaleesa, I'm gonna write the book. I'm gonna write the book when the book's already written in here. It may be another 5 years, but it's coming. Like I said, it's on the list too, but it's like I don't know when it's time. You know, vegan 420 granny. I don't know anything about I don't know anything about Mint Mobile. I'm a cricket person. Like I've been on cricket for a year. I'm old school cricket wireless. Topeka said, my goal is to have some savings in the bank for a rainy day. That's a good goal. It's a good goal. Chrissy, my thoughts on people who choose to live homeless and very minimal. I'm all for it. Like, I mean, I think it's amazing. You know, it's weird. Like, we'll look at monks who do that, who kind of live very frugally in a monastery, and we'll think it's cool. But like when regular people do it, a lot of times we look down on them. And I'm like, nah, like nothing says you have to have a ton of possessions in a house. Bro, I low key wish I would be fine living in a tent on the side of the road. You know how cheap that is? So when I see people doing it, I'm like, props. If like someone's homeless by choice, living in their car, living in a tent, I'm like, props. Like, you cracked the code. They ain't got to worry about, all these bills I got to worry about. Rent, common area fees, utilities, all this stuff. They got to worry about. They got to worry. The renter's insurance. They got to worry about none of that. They chilling. They cracked the code. Praveen, I never watched Are You Afraid of the Dark because I knew the answer. Yes, I am. So I never watched that show. I don't do the scary stuff. A day, a blog? Nah, I'm good. I'm good, Speak. I don't like writing. Oh, thank you for asking, Richard. My stomach's been okay. It actually has been okay. I'm really starting to learn foods that my body likes or doesn't like. So I've been trying to eat a little better, and my stomach's been pretty good lately. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Best place for free Wi-Fi? I don't know. I don't. Starbucks is cool. Library is cool. I've done the library a lot. Um, and the cool thing is, a lot of times the Wi-Fi from the library extends outside the library, so you can sit in your car after the library closes and get some really good Wi-Fi because nobody's using it. When I was working up in Estes Park, the Wi-Fi where I was working got real crappy, and I'd go into town, at 6:30 or whenever the library closed or whatever, and there was like a certain parking spot that like there was a parking spot. This one you get Wi-Fi, this one you didn't, and I would like get that spot. Every now and then there'd be like somebody in an RV or something who was doing the same thing, but you could get there and the Wi-Fi was super fast because like nobody was on it because nobody was inside, and I would upload videos and stuff like that. Where am I going to live when my lease is up? I don't know yet, Eddie. Um, don't think I'll renew my lease here, but I might get another apartment somewhere else. I might go on the road. I don't know. I don't know. I'll know in the next few months probably. Tech girl. How did I give her all my stuff? 3Ds. Dumpster, dollars, donate. So I donated a lot. I threw a lot of stuff away and I sold stuff. That's basically the three. Um, Sell what you can sell, donate other stuff, and stuff that won't work for you. The two, throw away. I honestly threw. I'm a big believer in like even stuff that you're like, I might could donate that. I might get some money for it. Just get rid of it. Just throw it away. Like I threw away a lot of stuff. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. But yeah, dollars, dumpster, donate. So sold the stuff that'll sell with not a lot of hassle. There's a lot of stuff. People are like, someone will buy that. Yeah, but it'd have to sit on eBay for a month. I'm not doing it. Donated a bunch of stuff. The rest I just threw it away. Let's go. I've learned that like I have no shame throwing anything away. If it'll get it out my house. Like I can downsize everything I own in one day. Everything I'm not taking with me, I'll throw in the dumpster. If I don't want to deal with the other ones. Yeah. How many outfits do I own? Vegan 420 Granny? Now, I probably got, actually, I know I have 4 pairs of pants. And now, because I've been buying a lot of t shirts for the TJ Maxx, I probably got like 15 shirts, maybe. That'll change because I'll start throwing them away. But yeah. And then I got a couple of hoodies. Hoodie season's coming back. So yeah, not a lot. And if I was to, when I move, a lot of those shirts will get thrown away. I need to throw them pants away and get some new pair of pants. Hey, Max, yeah. Like a lot of people, like, oh, I don't feel right throwing stuff away. Someone could use it, blah blah, and they just hold on to stuff. Throw it away. Throw it away. It's yeah, game cop. It is a superpower. It's a superpower. Like a lot of people just can't throw stuff away. If you got stuff with sentimental value, but you really don't need the thing, take a picture of it. Throw it away. That's really hard to do. But once you get to that level to where there's nothing you can't throw away, downside is easy. Granny, I do not really shop at thrift stores because I'm really not big on like used stuff. So I'm like, I try to get a good deal, but I would much prefer, like, I'm really not trying to wear somebody else's clothes. Just me. Like, nothing wrong with it. Just me. If I can get a $7 shirt from the Walmart, so like, I'm not big on this chair I'm sitting in is from the thrift store. And that's like the only thing I have that I bought like secondhand. I just kind of, I prefer to like buy stuff new. You know, ladies said, I will throw everything away not to have to move it. I'm telling you. Max had a $1,600 washer dryer, sold it for 4. Don't need it. Facts. And the thing is, like, you don't think about that stuff when it's gone, and you don't think about the money you could have made. Like a lot of people, they start, oh, I paid this much for it. I'm not gonna. I paid $1,600. I'm not gonna sell it for 4. You will forget about that $1,200 tomorrow, next week. You don't care. Didn't need it. I got $400 for it. I'm gonna use that $400 for whatever. I'm not gonna sit around worried about 12 that I could have got. You mean not just like just learn to be happy you got the 4. You know what I mean? Like people just it's just I see a lot of people who just can't let go of stuff because I get money for that, so it just sits in their house. Hey, off grid, thank you, Super Chat Squad, thank you, off grid, appreciate that love, thank you. I feel like my ring light is getting brighter by itself. Maybe not. Thank you, off grid. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, 12. I'm telling you, take a picture of it. I had when I first started downsizing, and this is something small, but like it meant a lot to me. I'm telling you, my light's getting brighter. Friend of mine that I met in Gainesville. That's where I first started downsizing. Discovered minimalism, Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators! Was from Sweden, and she came to town to like go to UF, University of Florida, but she like dropped out. So she was basically in Gainesville for like 2 months when I met her. She had 2 more months and she was just hanging out and partying. So she technically was an exchange student or whatever they call it now. But so like she didn't have much going on. So we hung out like every night after I got off work. And unless I was like too tired. So for like 2 months, me and her were like inseparable. You know what I mean? Like I was showing her all over Gainesville, and she met like all my friends, and like she met all, like the family I consider friends. Like nobody gets to meet them. She met all them. Like I cried when she left. We got so close. And she sent me when she got back home. Like the first week she got back to Sweden, she wrote me a letter, mailed it to me, and it was just super. As you can imagine, you really get like you know what I mean? We really got to know each other, really cared about each other. If we lived by each other, we would have definitely been dating. Like it was that type of thing. And then she had to leave, So she sent me a very heartfelt letter, and I always kept it. A few years later, when I went to start downsizing, there's a letter, and I'm like, while I could probably keep it, stash it somewhere. I was like, I'm really trying to downsize, like very minimum. I was going to be going seasonal work, just a couple suitcases. I'm like, it'll end up getting lost, or so I just took pictures of it and I threw the actual letter away. That was very hard to do. Like that was probably one of the hardest sentimental things to throw away. Because me and my family don't like. I don't know sentimental stuff for my family really, so that was hard to throw away. But I'm like, Tim, the memory's there. You have the letter. You took pictures of it. If you ever want to read it, it's there. But you can throw the letter away. Like, that was hard to do, though. That was hard to do, though. Because low key feel like you're like disrespecting the person. Because like you're not. You got the memory. And honestly, because I went through that process, I remember it more. Because I probably would have forgotten. If I just had the letter and put it somewhere and kept, I probably forgot. But now I remember that story all the time. But she's good now, married. She got kids. I'm still gonna go to Sweden and see her. Hubby just going to get over it. Not even on no creepy stuff. But I do want to see her, like, because I promised her. I was like, I'm gonna come to Sweden one day, see you. Hubby going to get over it. All this is coming. All this is coming to Sweden. Hey, Angela. Okay, okay. Glad you made it another one. I don't celebrate birthdays, but that's all. Shout out to Angela. Made it another one. Okay. Another one around the sun. Okay, okay. I see you. 53? No, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Hey, see you later, Richard. Yeah, we'll probably wrap it up in a few minutes here too. I wasn't gonna go 2 hours, but like we started having such a good time. We got caught up in the moment. Caught up in the moment. Thank you, no more. So Tim, I love this channel. Thank you. Hey, warms the heart. Where's is the heart here? Here warms the heart. Thank you. We try. I'm gonna try to get a nice walk and talk out for the peoples within the next few days, hopefully. Um, what is it? Okay. uh, Hey, Chris and Tim. I started a window cleaning business 3 years ago while working at the fire department. I was with the fire department 13 years, and I was making more money cleaning windows part time. Quit the fire department 2 years ago. Nice, nice. I'm telling you, that's when I left off my side hustle list. Window cleaning. I see the dudes downtown doing it all the time. Tell them. I appreciate you sharing that, Chris. I'm telling you, there's money out there. There's side hustle money out there that could turn into full time work. We just not taught to look at stuff that way. There's always something you can do that people are too lazy or too tired to do for themselves, and they'll pay you for it. That's awesome. To grow your business that quick? Nice. Nice. 3 years, yeah, 3 years working a side hustle because your full-time job, that's amazing. That is amazing. I tell people, find a side hustle, something you like doing, work at it. Before you know it, one day, like, wait a second, I'm making more money. I'm making more money here than over here. And over here, they tell me what to do. Over here, it's just me. You know, Jim, thank you. So love the channel. Nice. What's my opinion on 30, 90, even 120 plus day pays? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean, Jim. 39 or even 120 plus day pays. I don't know what you mean. Could you break that down a little further? I'm confused. What does that mean? I'm probably just reading it wrong. Hey, Sheepshead Mary. Oh, I like that name. That's like I'm getting a good vibe off that name, Sheepshead Mary. Like that's a villain, a super villain. Uh, watching and listening quietly, lurking. You're so refreshing. Love to hear your point of view. Thank you. By the way, I'm 62 and love it. Nice, nice. I'm gonna be there. Give me 20 years. I'm gonna be there, Mary. 20 years. I'm gonna be there. That's awesome. Appreciate you stopping through, saying what's up. Sean, I have been in and out of Colorado for the past few years, but I just like got an apartment here beginning of this year. I still do want to go to Alaska and visit. I keep I keep messaging my friend in Alaska, and I'll be like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And I know she's like, "Why you just don't be like, can I come visit?" But I keep trying to figure out when and all that. But yeah, I do want to go. I do want to. I'll probably end up going sometime this winter. I like going to Alaska in the winter because don't nobody be there. I can see myself going this winter, but I don't know. I kind of want to go when it's still warm enough to walk around because I want to give you all the I want to give you all the views. If I go to Alaska, I gotta. So I might try to go in the fall, maybe. Nallery says, how did you get to this point where you just stop caring about other people's opinions of you and the way you choose to live? Um, I've always been stubborn, so that helped. But honestly, I think one of the biggest ways to stop caring about what people think is to start doing the things you want to do. Right? I really feel that the more you like do things you want to do, and I fully understand that you're like, well, the thing stopping me from doing what I want to do is people judging me. But like, the more you do the things you want to do, and the more like you reap the benefits from it, the less people's opinion matters. The more you're like, hey, I'm gonna try that, and people talk crap about you, but you try it and you enjoy it, and you're enjoying yourself and you're having fun, and then you look back at them and you realize a lot of them are miserable or not as enjoying life like you. You know what I mean? Like it starts to not matter. You know what I mean? If I'm living my life and enjoying myself, it's just noise. Like, because I know I'm happy. I know I love my life. So like it doesn't matter what people say because it's like it's not I'm happy. So I think that's one of the biggest like it's hard to stop caring what people think about you and staying doing what you're doing. Because you have nothing else but their opinions. But when you got this over here, or when you take some action, now you have that to go on. And you're just like, yeah, y'all don't like it, but I like doing this. So why do I care? And the more you do that, the less you care, like the less you care. So it just like in all aspects of your life, you start to be like it just becomes noise. Like what they're not doing anything. They're just talking about wah, 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 wah. Like what you know what I mean? Like what are you so what you don't care? Can I still open up my goat milk business or whatever something you want to do that people think is crazy. Yes. That's another thing. Realizing that people talking is just noise. You can still do whatever you want. They're just over there making noise. Wah, 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 wah. It doesn't take away my free will. It doesn't take away the joy I'm gonna like. It's just people talking. Just let them talk. I don't want people to get what I'm doing. That means it's not crazy enough. So yeah, I think and once you get there, it just starts compounding. It's like compound interest. The less you care, the less you care, the less you care. The less you care, the more you do. Then the more you do makes you care less. The less you care, the more you do. And eventually, you just get to a point where, and there's still times that like people can say something and it might get you. Sometimes the comment section gets me, but it's nothing like it was before. Like overall, like you just don't care. Like it's just noise. Wah wah. They're just talking. You know. Yeah, Sarah, I will give y'all. It's your boy Tim back with another video if I go to Alaska. I definitely will. And then you'll see some beautiful scenery behind me. Yes. Sergio, for some people, I do think posting on social media can make them less happy, but I don't think that's true across the board. For example, I got a friend who's a photographer. She posts her photography on social media, it makes her happy. She's not on there for validation. She just likes posting on social media. So I don't think it's true across the board that the more you post, the less happy you are. There's some very happy people. Some people just enjoy posting on social media. I enjoy posting YouTube videos. So I don't think that's true across the board, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I can see that game, Cop. They're like sometimes you're kind of like aggravated that people's judgment of you messed up your relationship. I get that. I get that. But like that's on them. Like, and I think the resentment of that is healthy, or it's okay. Like we had a great relationship, and then you decided to start judging me. It kind of pushes apart. I miss us being closer. Yeah, I mean that's only human to kind of resent it. Like, bro, like oh, you could have just been there for me. But I do have to say that, like, were they really your friend like that then? Because I think your real friends, a lot of them might circle back around. Because a lot of them might just be reacting to what you're doing the same way everybody else is. Your real friends will circle back and be like, yeah, I didn't really get what you was doing in the beginning, but it's cool. I get it. I mean, I even totally get it now, but I respect it. I'm glad you're doing it. You said blah, blah, blah. The people who stay kind of distance, it might have been time anyway, because I feel like your real friends will find a way. Hey, man, I know we don't see eye to eye on that, but like we still boys, right? But the people who stay kind of, that's it might have been time anyway. Facts, Belinda. I love that. You made a WNBA analogy. You had me at WNBA, even though I think my team's not going to make the playoffs. So I never thought I'd be that guy. I am that guy. But yeah, I love the WNBA analogy. Praveen, I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow. I might try to do a video tomorrow, but I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap it up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Big shout out to everybody in the comment section. We kept it going. Thank y'all so much. Only had to put one person in timeout. Big shout out to the Super Chat squad who showed love of a financial nature. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone with the thumbs up. The thumbs ups are looking lovely. The numbers were looking lovely. Thank y'all for spending this time with your boy. This is a stream I really want to do. Super excited about it. So we here, we got it done. Thank y'all so much. Probably Saturday. Be back with another stream. Another episode of the Daily Ward Live. I need to start numbering these. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening. I love each and every one of y'all. Stay abundant. Talk to y'all soon.